going on from last session, there has been role-playing stuff going on and notes being taken. I've seen some people updating the forums, so everyone gets one karma for that. And who can give us a bit of a recap of where we're at?
We are somewhere after the meet.
Yeah, we just had our meet with Mr. Johnson at some golf club. The name I didn't write down. He is possibly a member of the Excalibur division. At least he had an insignia of the Excalibur division. Might just be a diversion. The Excalibur division itself is apparently tasked with rooting out the remnants of the Lord Protector office. At least I think that's LPO. What that means?
Yeah.
Yep, it is.
Yeah, go.
And the OOO, Oversight Office Operatives, aka the Templars, because they're based within the Temple District of London. They were basically the secret police.
Yeah. They also there was a video of them going public or viral, basically, where they hunted an Afank, I think it was called, like an awakened crocodile.
Yep, it was a giant awakened mutant toxic crocodile.
Toxic even, yeah. About 6 weeks ago, in an area where there definitely should not be any awakened toxic crocodiles, of toxic or not. And he hired us for a job which takes place in the Stink Fence, which apparently is a toxic zone somewhere, apparently not too far from London, I suppose. I really don't know where exactly it is.
The Stink Fens is Norfolk. It's sort of the big bulge that sticks out from sort of the right hip of the UK.
Okay, up there. So
yeah.
Quite a little ways away.
Yeah, a few hours drive, but basically that coast was hit by the black tide from the North Sea, and so a large area of fen/swampland that used to be an area of outstanding national beauty has become a toxic wasteland called the Stink Fen.
Wait,
Well,
you're
at
telling
least
me
the
that the
name.
UK has a area of national beauty?
We have quite a few. Area of outstanding national beauty is actually a sort of a government designation for protected areas, kind of like a wildlife preserve.
I was just taking the.
Oh no, it's fine. I mean, it's something that I should probably have explained. It's kind of similar to what the Americans refer to as national parks. So yeah, the Stink Fens and various other places within the UK that got damaged by the black tide and various other bits are being claimed or reclaimed slowly. The Stink Fens is being one of them.
Yeah, and in there is the compound that we are supposed to hit. Did anyone write down the name of the company? Because that's the one thing I forgot, which is kind of important.
AG.
Okay. It's actually apparently on land, not inside a swamp or something, which might be pretty much there.
Yeah, it's in the Stink Fens, or within the border of the Stink Fens. However, it's at the northwestern edge, which has been reclaimed and cleansed, but officially on all the maps, it's still designated as off limits because it's still officially part of the Stink Fen.
Okay, good. And we are supposed to get a couple of files like inventories, invoices, transaction logs for the entire year of 2070. 70, yeah, not 17. That would be a little bit far. And we have to do so in utter secret. They must not find out we got those files. If they find out we were there, we better make a diversion or something, so they think we were after something else. It's not a very high security location, according to our Johnson. We haven't really done any legwork on that part yet. It's more medium security and specializing in matrix security, since that compound serves as a matrix storage site for that company. And yeah, he wants that. Then we left, and that's pretty much where we left off.
Okay, so I believe where we actually left off was you guys were going to find somewhere to congregate to do your initial legwork.
Yeah, we were on the search of a back room that was friendly to runners.
Okay. Is anyone going to contact any of their contacts to try and find one?
Try and find what? Sorry.
A safe place to plan, a back room or something.
Oh, right. We were looking for something like that.
If only we knew somebody who had ties with a criminal organization.
Yeah, but do you really want to plan that in the Burnham Boys Football Club?
Do they not have a back room that nobody uses?
They probably do. But if someone knows something else, that might be another idea. I mean, I can totally ask them. They probably have some way.
Well, unless somebody has a better idea.
Doesn't sound like it.
Iron, may I
Yes.
may I contact one of my contacts, which would
Yeah.
be Blackwood, writing a message writing him a message if he has something near the stink fence that we could use as a hideout to plan something.
I would say we plan it here before we go there. But okay, if he
If
has
we
like
have-
if he has like a safe house over there where we can hold up during the time we are there.
Just in
That-
general, if he has something as a safe house or hideout that we can use for this whole operation.
Okay. Blackwood is a fixer, isn't he?
Yes,
And what's your loyalty with
3.
3? Okay. You drop him a message or you actually give him a call?
I drop in a message.
Okay. He responds back with a message saying that he will call you in about an hour. He's currently indisposed.
All right.
Okay.
Always those London people indisposed.
Since no one has any idea for something closer where we can plan our initial plans, basically, I'm going to call up someone in the Burnham Boys, the local firm.
Okay. Who are you calling?
This is just using my group contact, so I'm whoever I think is in charge of like renting out the back room in the football club, or if they have any other location that I know about where you can have an undisturbed meeting.
Okay. You make a telephone call, and within about 5 minutes, you receive a video call.
I answer it. Hello,
Okay.
this is Venus.
The visage that appears before you in AR is of an exceptionally big troll. It's Twinkle.
Oh, hey, Twinkle Toes, my boy. How are you doing?
Hello, Venus.
Sorry.
The boss says you're looking for something.
Oh, I didn't want to bother Mr. H with this. I'm just needing a little room for me and those losers from last time to plan a couple of things where we can talk undisturbed, just for a couple hours,
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, yeah, I know exactly the place. I'll send you the link. Go there, tell them I sent you. It'll be cushy.
All right, thanks you.
Yeah, no worries. Catch you later, Venus. Twinkle Toes hangs up, and you receive a message from him. An ARO pops up in front of you with an address. The address is in a area of, well, it's in the part of the area known as Sippenham. It's basically a house on a street, very nondescript, low medium area, plain, boring, totally the place you just drive past without even thinking twice or even once.
Oh, okay. I'm sharing the address with the other people. Okay, let's meet over there. Try not to cause too much of a ruckus when you arrive, please.
Have you met us? We are like discretion personified.
Yes, I'm not sure why I mentioned it even.
Okay, when you get there, you find that there is a garage with a carport. The garage is recessed towards the back of the house. There is a driveway, a covered carport in front of the garage at the side of the house. There is a door from the carport into the house. There is also space in what used to be the front garden for an extra car. And there is a small area, a small section of pavement street that hasn't been parked in, which you could probably park a small car with a little bit of
Are there any cars in the parkway or the carport?
Nope, there are no vehicles that you can see at this home.
Did we all drive separately, or how did we arrive here?
That was something I wanted to address because last time we we went from the golf club our own ways because everyone more or less has their own car except for Wayfarer. And as far as I understood it, we didn't even have time to say something like we meet up somewhere or go to some specific place to talk about it again.
I
And
think
go
we
over
are
everything.
obviating those details.
Yeah, that's why I sent you that message once I got it. I mean, we have a group chat basically.
Yeah, I know we have a group chat, but I wouldn't even get the message.
Again.
Yeah, that's something the listeners may not even know, but Farron has her comlink turned off again because of reasons.
Does Venus know Farron's comlink number? The other one?
No, Kat would be, if he wants to, would be the only one right now.
So I know that you're being busy.
Not busy. You have seen the conversation she had with her and Banshee, so you know she's just angry and turned it off.
Okay, yeah, Kat will send a PM to a private message to Aaron and be like, we are meeting here. Also, your private life is private and all that, but it's a good idea to keep the team, appraised of what's going on. So turn your com on, please, in case we need, somebody to save our assets or whatever.
Yeah, after this message, you get the message back that she acknowledged that she will meet up with you guys and her comlink is turned on again.
Well, I'll park my car at that house. I'll probably drive into the garage if it's open or opens when I arrive.
Okay, you pull into the driveway and into the carport, and you see that the garage looks like it is an actual physical key lock.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm standing in front of the garage and get out of the car, walk up to the door, and I guess knock or ring the bell.
Okay.
Wait for me.
Is this on the house? Are you knocking on the door to the house?
Yes.
Okay. You open the door and an old lady answers. She looks like she's in her mid-70s. Very short, wiry grey hair, almost steel grey, pulled back into a very severe bun. Horn-rimmed glasses on her face. Looks like she's wearing about 3 cardigans. She looks like a very, like a 50s stark dour librarian type.
Does she seem surprised that someone is knocking, or does she seem like she's expecting?
She seems like she's angry at the world, so you can't really tell. She's just got this scowl on her face.
Good morning, ma'am. Twinkletoes sent us. He said we'd be undisturbed here for a while.
Morning! It's bloody dinner time!
Is it already?
Well, yeah, you had a late afternoon with your John.
Yeah, I must have mixed up the times. I'm sorry, I'm not from around here.
Did that lovely young man send you?
Oh, yes, he did.
All right, then. She hands you she reaches behind the door and hands you a key, a metal key, on a leather or synth leather key fob. She nods towards the garage. It's all yours.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. How much do I owe you for the trouble?
If Twinkletoes sent you, it's fine. He's a good boy. He looks after me.
Yes, he is a very good boy.
Yes, he is. I remember when he was knee high to an orc.
Venus has kind of to grin at that.
Yeah, when she said that, she sort of held her hand at her own knee level. Bearing in mind she's like a 5 foot tall woman. Held her hand at her knee level, and then she sort of reconsidered and moved it up to like her shoulder level. Twinkletoes is an exceptionally large troll. He probably was, he's probably born about 2 foot tall or something.
Well, let's hope his mother was a troll too, and not like a human.
One can only hope.
Or a dwarf, a gnome.
That's just wrong.
So very wrong. It hurted me.
I don't think it's even possible. No, it's not.
Why wouldn't it?
When
a troll daddy and a gnome mama like each other very much,
they make a human.
I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah,
That's
it
racist.
was in one of the previous books. If you interbreed the metatypes, they tend to either produce they kind of mix and then produce a human.
Oh, I thought it ends up being one or the other.
It can be, but there's a greater chance of it being human, especially, and it's actually mentioned that giants, one of the sort of Norse Scandinavian variant of trolls, even if two giants mate, there's a better than average chance of creating a human.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I say my thanks to the lovely lady and open the garage.
Okay, as you walk away, she closes the door and you hear 4 locks engaging.
Smart woman.
You only heard one unlock when she opened the door.
Oh, as I said, smart woman. She knows Shadowrunners are nearby or bad people.
Speak for yourself.
Paranoid
I'm just an
old
astral
hack.
gardener.
Exactly. Yeah, I look around the garage and
Okay, you open up the garage. It's basically double doors that fold inwards. It's not like a lift up shutter or anything. They're secured with a lock. However, as you put the key in the lock, you realize that it is a key slot combination electronic and physical lock. You put it in, it goes beep, and then it allows you to turn it. The doors open in, and you see that this is actually quite a large garage. You could probably fit, something the size of a bulldog or a universe or something like that in here. It's quite deep, and there is some benches and things with tools. Yeah, it looks like sort of an older man's workshop, basically. Older tools, sort of circa 2050, 2060, that sort of thing. Not much in the way of modern computer or hardware stuff. Mainly woodworking, artisan tools, that kind of thing. Or you think you see a lathe which could be used for armorer work. Along one side is a bench. On the right hand side of the garage is another work table, bench type thing. On that are various boxes of things, including a crate of soft drinks, canned soft drinks, very old school. There are power connectors, lights, heating. It looks like somewhere that is being maintained for this purpose at this point.
oh, nice.
The soft drinks is one of those an iron brew or whatever it was called.
No, they aren't. They are Buzz Cola.
Good.
I'm sending a DNI to a Wayfarer who should still be driving in my car, I suppose, because he came to the golf club.
Laying on the back seat of your car.
I'm sending you
That's,
sending you a DNI to wake up and have a look around the matrix area here to see that the place is actually matrix secure. There are no bugs or anything.
Okay. I guess Wayfarer is checking the surroundings.
Okay, are you still in Venus's car, or have you gotten out and gone into the garage?
I guess I go into the garage.
Okay, you go into the garage and you find that there is a reasonable amount of noise.
Like a jammer is deployed.
You think it might be some form of Faraday cage or wireless reflective paint or something. Obviously, the door to the garage is still open right now, so you suspect that is how your signal is getting out.
So I relay that information to Venus and find a place outside of the garage to sit.
Okay. Venus and Wayfarer, give me a physical perception visual.
Okay, I got 2.
Okay.
I got 3.
Okay. You notice that there is a port on the wall on the back wall by the tools that looks somewhat out of place. It looks like it's been kind of concealed. The wall around it looks like it's been done to conceal a little bit, but you both know what to look for, and it looks like a physical data port.
Oh, so I go there and jack in.
Okay. If you connect your deck to the data port, you find that it is actually a pass-through to whatever security systems have been installed in this garage, and it allows you full access to the internet, to the matrix.
Good. So I ask Venus about what do we need to know in general about the area.
So I'm waiting till everyone's here, then close the door, I guess.
I guess we all start trooping in.
Okay. As you arrive, Kat, you realize that your little jackrabbit is about the right size for the space on the street.
I will happily park it there then.
Okay. Farron, where do you park?
Where can I park?
Is there still room in the driveway behind my car?
Yep, there is what used to be the front garden between the house and the front wall of the property. That has now been sort of concreted over or plasticreted over, so you can park there, but your car will be visible from whoever's inside the house. If you park there, then there is a space for another vehicle behind, which would block you and Venus in, but it is there. Or you could just park behind Venus and block her in.
Yeah, I don't really like how you said that somebody could park behind me and block us in, because it kind of suggests that you want somebody to block us in.
Come on, what's the worst thing could happen?
Is there... I mean, I think... I don't know, I would assume Farron's car would stick out anywhere, right? In this area.
Yeah. There's not many places that your car doesn't stick out around here.
Yeah, I just realized that too. Let the dice decide.
You can always just send it home.
The empty space on the concrete. The dice told me to park there.
Okay. Once you park there, you hear Banshee on his motorbike come up and pull onto the driveway. So his bike is now sort of, you could go through the bike obviously because it's just a bike, but it's there on the driveway behind Venus.
Yeah, it's just a bike. It will stretch up my car though if I drive over it. So, but yeah, that's obviously a good place to park.
Banshee looks rather scruffy or scruffier than usual in his suit with bugs all over the chest and smelling of bad cologne.
I just shake my head.
With a
Didn't even bother to take it off. Just ruining the good suit.
Yeah, it can be dry cleaned. It's not a big deal. Looks a bit unkempt right now. So I take it everyone is going into the garage?
In we go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Once you get in, do you close the doors?
Yes, unless someone tells me not to.
Oh no, go ahead.
Okay. You close the doors and you realize that the lock automatically engages. And as you step back, you also notice that the inside of the doors have been coated similar to the advanced view screen or advanced image screen that you can get for vehicle windows. And it looks as if the outside of the door is a camera and the inside of the door is the monitor to view the camera on. So as you look down the driveway, you can see what's there, but it's obviously an artificial view of what's there.
It's still nice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Banshee just came. Hey.
We are staying. We found a place to discuss. It's at an old lady's house, and your suit is full of bugs.
Again, what's the...
Not much. Basically, just a recap and finding a place to plan.
Okay, so you are now in this garage. There are some folding seats and things, plastic or steel tube stuff. Quite old, almost vintage. There are soft drinks. There is a small sink with running water for washing your hands, sprinkling water on your face, and there is a pass-through for the Faraday cage built into the walls of garage.
I'm fine with it right now, but it's important for our decker, I suppose.
Well, it's important for all of you because currently there are no signals getting into the garage other than devices that are physically connected to that port in the back wall.
Well, we still have our local net because our comlinks can still see each other.
Yes.
Can we connect to the matrix through somebody who is connected to the pass-through for the Faraday cage?
Yeah, you can basically wirelessly connect to Wayfarer's deck and then use that as like a gateway out.
I just realized if we are in more or less a Faraday cage and we don't have connection to the outside, I won't get my car. So I would assume Farron isn't stupid and would, if she knows that this is more or less a Faraday cage, get outside once it's more or less an hour later from when she got the text from Blackwood.
Oh, you can, if Wayfarer allows it, you can connect via his deck to the outside.
Oh. Okay.
Or you could just put a crappy burner comlink, connect it to the pass-through, and then all of you use that as like a modern-day Wi-Fi access.
Yeah, well, if Wayfarer is okay with it, probably better to use this deck. It's more secure.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so you are currently all in the garage. You have now established that you can connect to the wider matrix.
Is there a white noise generator around?
You don't see one.
Does anyone have a white noise generator?
Nope.
No, but I don't know if we're gonna need it in here.
It's just paranoia a little bit, but I totally forgot to buy one too. Okay, so Well,
Make sure to get you one first, I guess.
so we all heard what we are supposed to do. So ideas how we're going about it.
Well, first of all, we should try to get some information about the compound itself and see where the weak points are to sneak in and get the information to find.
How
many-
toxic is that place?
I just hope not as toxic as the last mage report.
Well, I mean, we know it's sort of being reclaimed, but sort of leaves for a big margin either way.
I don't think it's in a toxic area anymore. There shouldn't be anything like that. But we still have to get into the place, and we need to get eyes on it. We get information about it. How can we do that? I suppose we can search the matrix. We can ask people.
I could do a flyover and get us the plans, as I did the Sunshine Chemicals.
Okay,
Yeah,
we can
because
do
last
that.
time
Yeah,
it ended well.
yeah. Don't get caught. But they're mostly matrix security, so you might be safe there. Last time it was a toxic mage. He had more astral security, I suppose. What else is there? Why do you want to do that?
Count how many hairs fall off your head in a minute.
Get a Geiger counter, then you will know.
Yes.
Yeah, we're just kidding around. I don't think you can accurately measure it without being a mate. I mean, I guess you could use some sort of device that it's reactive to astral energies, but nothing we can do quickly or cheaply.
Yeah, I'm not sure we really have to, but sure, why not when we are there?
Yeah, well,
They are the one who hired us.
Yeah,
It's
that
not going to be toxic. They already told us it's in the reclaimed zone. They wouldn't say that if it was still toxic. They are the guys who reclaimed it.
I can just call in high threat response team again.
No.
let's hold on to that.
Yeah, let's call that plan, I don't know, when we run out of everything else.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'd like to call that plan the Odrek plan.
Let's really not do that anymore. Because once that might work in our favor, a second time, they're probably going to come hunting us, especially if we are on extraterritorial there. They might get pissed off because God will alert them.
Yeah, and if they are alerted, they may just delete everything they have out of fear that somebody tried to get something from them.
Yes, and most importantly, they are get alerted and they will not attack themselves. We are on extraterritorial ground there. Why would their own HDR team attack themselves? It doesn't make sense.
How far away is this place?
A couple of hours, I think. I've not checked the maps yet.
Okay,
Isn't the stink fence up there in this weird knob of your country there?
This weird
your knob of the cup.
bit of not. Yeah, sure. The weird bit. Just it's about over an hour away from our position right now.
Yeah.
And this is something for the GM. Is it you said what was it again? Northwest edge. So somewhere near Kingsland.
Relatively near, yeah.
All right.
So the entire what I just called knob is the stink fence, or was basically at some point.
Yeah, basically, if you Google like the Norfolk Broads and those areas, they all got contaminated by the black tide and became the stink fens. It's a little bit bigger than that. It's a large chunk of that part of the country, Norfolk, Suffolk, that sort of bit. But this particular bit is quite north and western.
From the map I've seen, it was Norfolk, Suffolk, the northern part of Cambridgeshire, and the southern part of Lincolnshire.
That sounds about right. There might have been parts of Essex involved as well.
I have no fucking clue of British geography. I'm so lost.
Yeah, that doesn't matter too much. I think it's about an hour away from here.
I guess I could.
More like 3 hours, but yeah.
Oh, 3 hours then. Okay.
Yeah, you've got to go all the way around London and go up a motorway. It's not, as the crow flies, it's not that far. But in order to get there, you've got to go significantly far out of your way. It's a 2 to 3 hour drive.
Yeah, makes sense there. There wouldn't be too many roads into that area anymore.
Funny you should mention that. I was considering taking a flight there because I can fly really fast and I can hopefully bring some recordings and a map.
Well, we should probably find like a safe house in the area. This is probably going to take longer than just an hour. We have to do the whole legwork part.
Yeah, I was suggesting it as part of the day. You guys
Yes,
can
but
do this on my own.
first we should get there, and from there you can do your flying reconnaissance, I guess.
I can fly really fast. That's my point. While you guys do some matrix searches and call around to your contacts or whatever.
Yeah, but let's discuss first what we are going to do before you fly off.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now. So
Yeah, I would find it handy if we know the size of the compound, how it actually looks like, and how many guards they have.
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to find.
Yes, I know.
So, and how do you want to get in?
Well, before we know how to get in, we have to know what kind of security it has, right?
Yeah,
That is actually true. So we might have to do the other parts first, but we can. No, doesn't really matter. We probably should do that before we start speculating.
yeah. If we know how things look like on the location, we can get a more precise plan on how we actually get in and get out again.
That is true.
Nope, it wasn't.
Well, hopefully we are not dealing with any toxic mages this time. It's just regular guards with regular machine guns with regular bullets.
Biomonitors.
That reminds me, Wayfarer, when we actually do this and we take out the guards, please check if they have biomonitors. And if they do, just spoof them so they don't send the wrong signals. That was a problem last time.
Okay. So Wayfarer, it's a pill of Psycho and starts with the matrix searches.
Sounds like a good idea.
Okay. Psyche takes 10 minutes to kick in, so I'm assuming you take the pill and then wait 10 minutes and then head into the Matrix.
Yeah.
Okay. You going full VR?
Yes.
Okay. You head into the Matrix. What grid subscriptions do you have?
I have a data hot subscription in my lifestyle.
To which one? Have you specified?
Nope, it's just plus 250.
Okay. Is that local grid or global grid?
No idea.
The global is 250, the local is 50. Which one do you have?
250.
Then you have a global grid.
Okay. That means that you have a Aries subscription. I rolled a 1 on a D10. You have a subscription as part of your lifestyle to the Aries global grid.
Is it good?
It's full of castles. That's how they described how the Ares grid looks like.
Yeah, there's descriptions in data trails about each of the AAA's global grids, and there is information in Market Panic on what they do in their grids, how they look, how they're sculpted, their matrix security, that sort of thing. Basically, it's just it only comes into play should you try to hack someone who's not on the Ares grid.
And you can always switch grids with a hack action anyway.
Yeah, but that starts your God score, obviously.
Well, but if he wants to hack someone anyway, that's going to start a gold store too.
Exactly.
And we know
Okay.
how it goes.
Also,
Okay,
please load baby monitor.
Okay, Wayfarer, you are connected to the Matrix via the Ares global grid. Obviously, the Ares host looms ever present like a big shining star in the sky. However, as per usual, you can see all hosts available as part of the constellation that hangs across the sculpted landscape of the grid. What are you going to do first?
I'm going to run a couple of simple matrix searches about the compound and the corp, the AA corp that we're going to hit.
Okay, are you running the Browse cyber program?
Browse, yes.
Okay, I would like a matrix search test. It's an extended test, so keep going and I'll tell you when to stop.
Okay. Intuition plus computer, right?
I believe so, yes. I mean, it's the same for you anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, it's computer and intuition.
I think intuition might be perception and the search might be logic.
No, it's intuition.
No, both are intuition.
Okay, so roll your first test, please.
I had 2 right because of Psycho.
Yeah, that's because your implant, it increases the effect, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, do you have a cerebral booster?
Yes, I already plugged augmented values.
Okay, so it won't stack.
Didn't we discuss it earlier in the chat?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
So the end conclusion was that they do stack, right? For logic, for cerebellum booster and for cerebral booster. But they don't stack for things like augmented muscles and stuff, right?
Yeah, I think those two don't say that they don't stack. Phone, sorry.
Yeah, that was when we discussed it. We pointed out that some augmentations specifically say that they don't stack, like muscle augmentation or whatnot, and cerebral booster and cerebellum booster don't.
However, they're all still augmentation bonuses. The highest applies.
Okay, sure. I mean,
So there was basically no point in planting it then.
We'll say it does for now, and I'll look it up for next time. I'm not gonna get bogged down in it.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back.
The psyche does increase your mental limit, though.
Ow. 15 dice.
Yeah,
Go
how many
on.
hits did you get?
1.
It's an extended test. Go on.
Yep, keep going until I say stop. Just call out how many hits you get per test.
1, 4, 6, 0, 2.
Okay, it takes you about an hour. You find various pieces of information about Proteus AG. You find all the information previously written in various publications. It's a double A mega corporation that is based in Germany. It's Proteus AG after all, and they specialize in aquatic stuff, arco blocks, aquacologies, that sort of thing. They are trying to go for the bequeath from Dunkelsen's will about growing crops on the ocean's floor and other things of that ilk. And if you're looking for this particular facility, keep going.
3 successes, 1 success, 3 successes, 2 successes, 2 successes, 2 more successes. Do I roll further?
Yep, keep going.
1 success. We're just going into the dangerously close territory now. 1 success.
Okay, it will take you about 4 hours to determine to find stuff out. So, and that search runs while you're involved in other things. So we'll switch back to the rest of the team. What are you doing?
I would like to call one of my contacts.
Okay, who are you calling?
My InfoBroker contact, which I just noticed is only called InfoBroker. Maybe that's actually his name. I don't know. But I didn't give him an actual name yet. So either we just call him that or you come up with some other name.
We'll call him Bob for now.
Okay.
I knew it.
He's an InfoBroker, Connection 3, Loyalty 1.
Okay. He answers after several rings. It's ringing for almost a minute before he picks up.
Yeah, that's normal for him. So, hey, I wondered if you know anything about a company named Proteus AG and their compound up in Norfolk in the Stink Fence.
Well, I know about Proteus because it's. Let's see. Okay, I'll have a look. Nothing comes to mind immediately. I'll call you back as soon as I've found anything of relevance.
That would be
Do you
great.
have the specific address for this compound? Because they're a corp. They have a shit ton of them.
I think we got an address, right? It would make sense if we have an address, so I'm sending it to him.
Yeah, you did get an address. So okay, cool. I'll give you a shout back once I or if I find anything.
That would be great.
Anyone else doing anything?
I would like to find make a map basically. So if I fly over there, I can get good directions and don't get lost.
And I actually do have to go do this AFK break I mentioned earlier in a minute or so.
Okay, we'll resolve X scouting. Not a problem.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
Cat. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, as I said, will be about hopefully not longer than 20 minutes. So I should be back soon.
Okay, Cat. I'm assuming you're going to cast Shape Change.
Yeah. Do you want me to roll something for making sure that I don't get lost or whatever? Like to have a good map in mind.
Do you have any geography-based knowledge skills?
I have navigation and I have
Okay.
area knowledge countryside.
Okay. I'll let you. Does anyone else have anything relevant?
Relevant about what?
Geography, area knowledge, navigation.
I guess you know my answer to that.
No.
Okay.
But what I wanted to say is that if he wants to get closer to the combat without flying the whole thing, Farron could drive him to somewhere close.
It'll be quicker to fly, significantly quicker.
Okay.
Okay, Cat. Roll that knowledge skill as a pseudo teamwork with your navigation.
That's 5 hit to begin with.
Okay. What's your ranks in navigation?
1.
Okay, you get 1 bonus dice and 1 extra to the limit.
I just can keep that. So yeah, that's 6 hits. my navigation.
That's lower than your mental limit.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you're pretty darn sure you know where you're going.
Okay. Time to open up the book with all the critters and find myself the eagle. I'm gonna start by channeling a Force 6 Spirit of Air. I'm gonna take the Shaman Tuxedo out of the trunk of my car.
You said 4-6.
Yep.
Okay. How many hits?
I can give 6 of those.
Okay. You get 2 services and 8 drain.
Ouch.
Yeah, this spirit's kind of reluctant.
Walk it off.
What do you mean I'm gonna become an eagle? I'm a cat. Okay, I take 3 drain.
Okay. And now for your spellcast.
I'm gonna start with the Mana Escape, Force 2, and I'm going to. If I shape change, do I lose the use of my focus? Even if I use it at the beginning, like if I cast a spell, basically if I sustain a spell with a focus and then shape change, do I lose the ability to sustain it with the focus? Do I need to bring the focus with me?
Yeah, you have to carry all foci have to be physically on your person in order to be activated.
Okay.
Wayfarer has a duct tape.
All right. So I'm using the reagents, so I get to keep those.
How many reagents are you using?
7, so I get to keep those. And I take the drain, no problem. That's for the mana escape, so I don't look like I'm channeling shapeshift the bird. And now I'm gonna shapeshift.
Okay.
Again, using reagents.
How are you going to be sustaining that spell? Are you sustaining it yourself?
Yeah, I guess I should take Psyche before I change.
Okay, you've had plenty of time.
Well, I'm using the focus concentration to sustain the mana escape, and then I take Psyche and shape change. I'm using doesn't give me any penalties, and once I'm on flight, it will affect, like it will kick in. I'll lose 1 dice of the penalty.
Okay, so you are sustaining the mana escape with focus concentration.
And I'm casting, I guess, a Force 7 shape change then, which I take no drain for.
Okay.
Okay, I am a eagle with a body of, that's 11, which is stupid. Okay, now I'm an eagle trying to, like, digging in the pockets of a jacket that's on the floor, trying to get my goggles.
Okay, I want you to give me an agility roll, please, with a -3.
Okay, I'm doing math.
He transformed into an eagle. Now he's poking the ground. Nobody knows what he's doing. Everyone's just watching.
That's 5 hits on my agility roll.
Okay, you manage to get your goggles out, and they are plainly in sight.
I screech at someone.
Okay.
Okay, Banshee manages to fit the goggles fairly easily, and so now you have, the appropriate connectivity. Is there a comlink in your goggles?
Nope. Can I put a comlink on my goggles? Is that something you can do?
No, you could try and get a custom ballistic mask or something with a comlink in it. Well, it's more like a skull cap with trodes and a ballistic mask, but it's not going to be cheap, and it's going to look bloody odd. I mean, at the moment you're basically a kite wearing a set of goggles, which looks fairly odd. No, he doesn't have a skull cap now. He's just wearing goggles, which looks a tad odd, but you're going to be flying high enough that people aren't really going to know.
Guess I'll
Duct tape
bring
a comlink to him.
recordings.
Sorry, what was that, Ek?
I guess I'll bring recordings of whatever I see.
Okay. I mean, you could connect it to your comlink and then allow the matrix to maintain that connection, but you will suffer noise.
I will bop on the floor towards the deck, towards Wayfarer's deck, and
Yeah, he can slave it to my deck. I can
poke
slave
with
it to
the
my deck.
goggles at the deck itself. This would have been much easier if I thought about it before changing into an eagle. I don't know if Wayfarer can put 2 and 2 together.
The
Well,
goggles
currently
are,
I'm a bit in hot sim.
Oh, that's true.
and also the goggles themselves, it's their DR that's going to be determining how much noise it can tolerate, and they are going to be DR2.
Let's see. I bought the best goggles on the market.
Yeah, the device rating doesn't really change.
Oh, I thought that's what the device rating meant. Like, I thought that would change that.
No, that it's kind of weird. There's no real method for changing device rating. The rating of goggles and things is just capacity ratings. It doesn't correlate to device rating as far as I can tell.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, it doesn't matter. I'll fly. I'll make sure I learn what I need to learn, and then I'll bring back the recording.
Okay, no problem.
We better open the door now. He can't open it
Yeah.
himself.
There's a big as there's an eagle bumping around the floor, boing, boing, boing. I'm
It's
very
not.
polite.
It's not actually an eagle. It's a giant red kite. But yeah, it's a big bird of prey.
All right, kites, eagles.
Yeah, they're all raptors. And it's bouncing around. I just like to point out that you all did see Cat's junk.
Actually,
Not the first time for anyone.
changed while inside my clothes. They just crawled out of them.
Oh, really? Did you?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
much smaller. It's easy.
Okay, yeah, it is easy. You were wearing all your armor and your clothing, so yeah. Give me an agility roll with a -5. Actually, agility plus escape art with a -5.
I'm trying so hard not to laugh.
At 2 hits.
How do they call this cloth where it has belts all over it in medical? Yeah, this one.
Yeah, I mean, Cat shape changes into a giant bird of prey, and suddenly he's essentially wearing a straitjacket made of his own armor. You do manage to get out. It takes you a while. There's a lot of screeching involved and some flapping, and but you manage it. Just
I come out and I try to look as regal as possible. And I screech at the snickering people. I screech at Banshee. Okay, open the door. I say, which comes out as a screech once again.
okay. The door gets opened, and you are able to exit the garage.
And off we go. I'm gonna use a service for movement power once I'm a bit out of sight.
Okay, you take off into the air. You get up to a relatively decent altitude, and then you use the service, and you head off at a really high speed. What's your agility in that form?
Right now it's 14.
14?
5 base plus 6 because of the hits plus 3 because of the channeling.
The channeling won't affect it because you're going to be higher than the spirit's force at that point.
Huh, that's a fair point. Okay, then it's only 11.
Okay, so that's 44 times 4 as usual. 44 times 6, so you are moving a lot of meters per turn. So yeah, you've basically become a supersonic bird.
Still rocket bird.
I stop before I kill myself with a supersonic boom.
I would like a fatigue resistance.
That is body plus something.
Body plus willpower.
That's 5 hits.
Okay. You are taking your wound penalties into account. Oh, you don't have any because you're channeling. Yeah, you do. You get there fairly quickly. Well, exceptionally quickly, and you don't have to worry about taking any drain because you didn't get tired. And you find yourself exceptionally quickly about 300 meters up above this particular facility.
Okay, I'm gonna start taking a good look using my sharp eyes, trying to see what I can see. So basically, I'm gonna try to see what my meta is, then do an ascent into, and then I'll move into using the spatial sense spell to see what I can find out.
Okay. Give me a perception test.
Do my goggles work at all?
Yeah, they will apply. I mean, if you have vision enhancement, you'll get the benefit.
Yeah, I have vision enhancement one, which is great because that allows me to keep those 8 hits.
Okay, 8 hits, cool. And give me an astral perception.
Same, but no goggles, I assume.
Yep, goggles don't apply on the astral.
Okay, 6 hits.
If you had an attention code processor, it would, because that would be cyberware, but you don't, so it doesn't.
So do I find any threats in the astral or in the physical world?
How many hits did you get on your perception?
6.
Okay. On the physical, you see that there are 12 drones flying around. They look like they are sort of small aerial drones tasked with surveillance. There's 3 groups of 4 flying around in a sort of kind of a patrol pattern, but each one is like got a pattern within the group of 4, which also has a pattern separately, or a larger pattern, and they are covering the whole facility fairly quickly. You also see that there are ground-based drones that are on patrol. They look like as technology crawlers, small ground-based drones. Again, they might even be ferrets. You can't quite tell. You don't have any noise skills related to drones, do you?
I don't think so.
Okay. They're small ground drones, wheeled, which are on a patrol within the grounds. The grounds are fairly large. It's a hexagon-shaped facility. What the grounds are. The wall itself is looks to be about 3 meters tall and topped with monofilament wire. There are 2 gates in the wall, one at the 7 o'clock position, which looks like a main gate with a double road going up to it and a guard shack in the middle of the 2 lanes and barriers and such. And there is a smaller single track road with another guardhouse at the 2 o'clock position within the wall. The facility itself is actually 4 separate buildings. Each one is the one in the middle is another hexagon, and then outside of that, with a small sort of courtyard area with some trees and benches, and like a little stream that artificially flows in a circle around the building, with no source or anything. Looks like a moat kind of thing, but it's just there for decoration more than anything else. And there's benches and picnic tables and things in this area. It looks actually quite a pleasant place, or it would be if it was daytime and the sun was shining. And then outside there are 3 buildings which form a sort of, they're also a hexagon shape, but they're split into 3 around and spaced away by about 300 meters. The central building is 8 stories tall, and the 3 buildings around the side are only 4 stories tall. There are roads which go around the outside. There's lots of parking areas. The 100 meters or so from the wall, more like 80 meters. You can't quite get an exact measurement from this height, but like 80 to 100 meters is sort of a green area with trees and shrubs and things, and pathways leading around. It looks like they've basically created a little green oasis within their wall, for their staff to enjoy, take a walk at lunchtime, both minutes of their lunch break.
I'm sorry, this 100 to 80 meter thing, is that outside the walls of the main compound or inside the walls of the hexagon building in the middle?
It's inside the walls, between the walls and the outer ring of building.
Okay.
And then you've got another probably 20 meters in between the outer ring of buildings and the central building.
So this is a really big place.
It's big. I mean, it's probably 500 meters across, including the buildings and everything, maybe 600, something like that. It's not small, but it's not big, and there's nothing around it. It's just for 300 meters around the wall, it's been landscaped to the point where there's nothing there. It's just sort of flat grass, and then there's trees and stuff dotted around. Once you get beyond that sort of, you can clearly see the line, but there's no line. So within the building, within the compound, there are wheeled drones just sort of bimbling around. There are 3-4 drone swarms flying around. You also see that each guardhouse has got 4 security guards, and there are an additional 8 pairs of security guards on patrol around. It's nighttime, so this is obviously the nighttime security levels. On the astral, you see that there are several watcher spirits floating around that seem to be almost but not quite on a pattern that covers the holes left by the pattern of the drones.
Can I sense them?
Watchers, I'm not even going to make use by hits. They are Force 3 watchers, and they are bound watchers that need refreshing every week or 2.
Do they all carry the same signature?
No, there are at least 3 different signatures.
Okay. I think next step is getting the spatial sense in there. So I'm going to cast it at Force 6, pretty high. I'm probably going to climb. How high can a kite go? I have no clue.
Pretty darn high.
Gonna go about as high as I can to safely cast the spell and then come back again.
Okay, not a problem. Make your spell casting test.
Just land on the shoulder of one of the guards.
That's for hits. That's the limit for my perception test through it. And that gives me 420 meter radius, so I can hover about 350 meters above the compound and get a good read of the area. I'm looking for tunnels, basically the layout if I can get it. I already know the exterior, but anything that's inside, and also any sort of mana barrier.
Okay, take your drain.
I have to check the code. That's just so I get no drain.
Okay.
And now that's to use my spell. It it's capped at 4 hits, so I get quite a lot of detail, but not all of the detail.
Okay. You get as you fly around, one of the watches comes over and sort of looks at you and then flies off. You do a couple of circuits.
I'm staying like 300 meters above the compound, is it? Between 300 and 400 meters.
Are you crossing the wall into the compound itself?
You said it was like 500 meters across?
600.
Okay. I'm gonna start by on the outside, like very high, and see if I can spot anything interesting, and then I'm gonna either go low so my radius can catch across the whole thing, or keep high and cut across. I haven't decided yet, to be honest.
Okay. The big question is though, are you going inside the wall, or are you just going to circle around the outside?
I think I can stay like 200 meters above ground and still, and like 100 meters away from the wall and still cover the whole thing. Basically, make a circle around the thing.
Okay. There will be a section in the middle that you won't quite get, not from that altitude.
Okay.
Sorry, did you say it was 400 and something meters radius?
420.
Oh,
If I
right.
did it
Okay. In that case, yes, you will. You shouldn't have a problem. Yeah, at 200 meters altitude, there will be a little bit of the central building that you won't get.
Well, I can do a quick dive closer by, like maybe get to, I don't know. Yeah, I can get close, get all the information I'm missing, and then come back up. Hopefully, I spot a rabbit or something in the grass, and I can go for it as a cover.
Go for the drone. They are moving and birds really don't care.
That's probably a good idea, except it would draw attention to me, and then there are watcher spirits.
And also, birds wouldn't go for drones.
Yes, I do.
Why wouldn't they?
Well, for a start, these drones are significant size.
Okay, then
And
no,
why would a random bird attack a drone?
because it looks like food.
They're not festo pigeon.
I mean, what size is it approximately?
Well, it's a small drone, so it's about the size of a dinner plate, maybe a little bit bigger, probably about half a meter across, and it's got an engine. Well, yeah, no, it's bigger than a dinner plate, more like a serving plate. But either way, they're small drones, so they're not small. They're just small relative to other drones. It's not a fly
Okay.
spy or
If dog-sized big bird can go after it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's not
No.
it's not a small dog, and even then, it's still made of metal with an engine. It's going to be somewhat off-putting to birds. They wouldn't attack a drone.
Like there are events of that happening in nature right now, but yeah, Cat is not going to do that anyways because he doesn't want to draw attention to him like that.
Okay. Give me a visual perception test. You have vision magnification in those goggles, don't you?
Yeah, that's 5 hits. Also, I have thermo and low light in case it's relevant.
Okay. You do see something on the ground that you could dive at as if you were hunting.
Well, I do that then and try to make sure I get a good sense of the compound.
Okay. Does it need like a memory test or anything, or does the spell just give it you?
I can basically I can do a perception test through it, and as long as I maintain it, I can keep the knowledge I get.
Okay. Give me 4 perception tests.
So that's 5, 7, 7, and 5 hits.
Okay. You think you've well, your limit is 4 though, isn't it, with the spell?
Oh yeah, so it's 4 hits across the board.
Okay. You think you've got a relatively good idea of the layout. There are 2 warded sections in the central building and a warded section in the southernmost of the outer ring, which you
Okay.
can't see through. But otherwise, yeah, you've got a reasonable layout of everywhere else.
Did I catch the critter I went for?
Give me a unarmed combat test with plus 2 dice as a charge.
That's 2 hits.
Yes, you caught it. It's a small vole.
Oh damn it. Okay. Time to fly back home like I'm going to eat this thing.
Okay.
So I fly like half a kilometer or a kilometer away at normal speeds, and then I let the movement power take me again and get back to the party.
Okay. That'll be another service to use movement again.
I never dismissed it, but okay, I can do it anyways. I have another service, so yeah.
Okay. I assumed you weren't doing supersonic speeds around,
Well, I can move slower.
kinda.
Doesn't matter really. I have another service, but yeah.
Okay. It doesn't take you long to get back. You've probably been away all of about an hour. Banshee, did you close the door after Cat left?
Suddenly, bonk.
Is there a window or something?
No.
That's evil.
Well, there's a. Oh, like the door has the camera thing, right?
Last time
Yeah.
he had an image linked, we could see through his eyes, through the goggles.
Yeah. Once you get still within about half a kilometer, you can see his feed from his goggles. Unlikely, but it's possible.
I wasn't planning on breaking through the window. I was gonna peek at it so you guys hear me. But the
Yes,
the
such
door
evil
had the camera
bastards.
thing that was capturing the images, like whatever's happening outside and projecting them on the inside, right? You probably see an eagle landing and once again
So,
hopping.
regardless of what this evil person is trying to do, I would open the door for him.
Okay. The cat, bird of cat, comes back into the garage.
Yeah, probably naked cat walks in. Nope, he's naked already. He's walking in naked. Busy. I have to take this stuff from my brain and put it in a computer. Give me
Hang on,
a sec.
hang on. Did you stop your shape change spell outside the garage?
Oh,
Just as I was about to walk in,
Okay.
like eagle
So
starts
with your
hopping.
goggles on.
Well, I assume they don't break out of my face.
don't
Like
assume.
that'd be really
They
poor
are-
design.
They are fairly tightly secured to your birdie head. Otherwise, they would risk falling off in flight.
Well, I mean,
Okay,
makes sense. Okay,
Can
so
I-
I guess and the eagle hops into the thing then and starts poking somebody, like whoever is closest with the helmet.
I guess I'm the closer. Open the door for you.
Okay, do you take the goggles off?
Yeah, I want to say I wanted to do judge intentions if you don't do this sort of thing and just try to figure out that we better that you're trying to transform yourself before you even took it off. But sadly, you're poking feet now. So yeah, I take it off.
Okay, there is a naked cat.
And Banshee is disturbed by this because for some reason we all thought we were all adults, but Banshee isn't.
And I'm gonna go for my throat and I'm gonna try to get all the information I have thanks to the sustain spell into the matrix, basically, so I can share it with you guys. What did we roll the last time? It was computers plus logic, maybe?
Yeah, it's computer plus logic or artisan. No, computer plus logic or artisan plus whatever it should be. It's computer check or artisan check, depending on whichever you choose to use. Doesn't really matter much.
Legwork.
Cat cast a bunch of spells, including shape change into a large bird of prey while still wearing his clothes. Nearly died trying to get out of his clothes. Then fumbled around getting the goggles out of his pocket with his beak. And then someone put the goggles on him and opened the door. He flew out and he moved at supersonic speeds to the facility, did his scout, supersonic back, and nearly killed himself because he almost forgot to take the goggles off.
So I edged the roll for drawing the map and I got 4 hits. And I'm trying to put everything I learned thanks to the spell into a matrix file.
Okay. Yeah, it's not amazing, but you didn't have a huge amount of detail anyway because your limit was only 4. So yeah, you've pretty much got everything down. You're fairly happy with the drawing you've come up with.
Okay, so there is a whole bunch of drones, like bunch of air drones and then ground drones. They look like I'm gonna start porting the images from the goggles into my link and then sharing them with the group. Like they look like this animal shaped thingies. I don't know. I'm not a drones person. Then there are also like watcher spirits that teamwork with the drones to cover all the spaces. There's a whole bunch of buildings and there's like this nice living area in the middle. And basically I share everything that Tyron said. Did I get any fun information, like any hidden tunnels, any hidden anything?
You did see something, but it wasn't connected to the facility. It was just like a thing off about half a kilometer away.
Okay, I should have asked this before. Did I get any sense of what it might have been?
What, the thing?
Yeah.
No, it was just probably a sewer grate or storm drain or something. This area was fairly swampy and boggy, and there was rivers and stuff around originally. So you think it's something along those lines.
Okay. Well, you guys just don't need me anymore. Here's all the info. I'm gonna go nap away all the stun I got from drain. Is there like a couch in the place in the garage?
There's a couple of roll mats, some camping gear, and some steel-framed plastic chairs.
Okay.
Plastic
I'm gonna
chairs.
take a mat and maybe a blanket if I find a somehow comfortable place and go nap.
So with all the security, the drones will be quite hard to sneak in, and if only one drone gets deactivated, they will know something's up. Once they realize that we aren't on this side, they will just swoop the whole compound to find us, because an EP just doesn't set itself off for no reason. Exactly. That's kind of gross, but really useful. Yes.
Uh,
Oh well.
In fact, everyone.
Can I try not to puke?
No. It's just give me a compression to everyone. It's not particularly high threshold.
I'm not seeing anything. I'm in hot sim.
Yep.
Yep. Willpower and charisma.
2 hits.
Can somebody please glitch?
Can we
Okay.
swap?
None of you are particularly effective. It looks disconcerting, and Venus looks like she's in a little bit of pain while the bones are breaking and realigning and stuff. And there's it's not pain, it's not agony or anything, but it's not pleasant for Venus. And there is a little bit of a noise, kind of like a whirring sound, as like little servo motors inside her face are moving these plates around. It's a bit disconcerting, but it's not anything massive. No one's going to puke or anything unless you actively want to puke.
Yeah, Farron looks a bit concerned about this, figuring how this actually would feel. So, yeah, this must be a really nice trick on parties. It's the best plan we have. Yeah, that could work. It's the best plan we have, at least right now. Yeah, we have about 2 weeks, so we will get the supplies. By the way, what's with the phone call which I was supposed to receive about an hour later?
Oh yes. You receive a phone call from Blackwood, and it's more of a message. And he says that he's been able to find you somewhere in Bury St Edmunds. It's a small rundown apartment, but you have the use of it for several days, or as many days as you probably need. 150 new yen a day.
150 a day. Let me just write it down. Where was it?
Bury St Edmunds.
Bury. I thought Barry for some reason. Oh, it's not that close, but yeah, that'll work. I will give the others the information about this place that my fixer has secured for us and what they think about it. Yeah, I contacted my friend. Let's just say a friend, and we can get this place for as long as we need, 450 new yen per day. It's closer than we are right now, at least 150. Yes, 150 million. Right. What did we say last time? The only thing I didn't write down, I think it was
7,500, I think. Because Venus bargained for 10 and he was thinking about 5.
All right. Then this seems like they have decided on taking it. So I will write Blackwood the text that I generally thank him about it and that we will take it.
Okay. He sends you back a message with a thumbs up emoji and an address.
I just take it just because I've figured him as a different person, wouldn't use emojis, but sure, the Matrix just made a thumbs up for him.
Yeah, I mean everyone uses text to speech or speech to icon or whatever.
All right. Oh, technology, why you do this? Okay. Hate emojis. Anyway, yeah, I save the address and give the address to the others, of course, so they don't have to ask me all the time where the place is. I assume I give him the money for the hideout, right?
Yeah, he asked for 2 days up front.
Sure. I will pay it out of my own money. 2 days. Didn't gain it, I spend it. What am I doing here?
Okay.
Also not necessarily Sin, but just the general person. And
okay. Yeah.
Hey, up there in Norfolk, that area around blah blah blah, wherever this is, does the firm have a presence there?
Yes and no. We do have a presence because we are everywhere. However, that area is kind of still off limits because it's still the stink fens officially. I know some of it's been reclaimed and, blah, 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 government doing good for the country, blah, 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 all that sort of dreck. But yeah, it's something we're going to look at, but at the moment, there's not a huge amount there. So
basically, it's someone's turf, but no one really cares about it.
Yeah, officially it's someone's turf because the group in Cambridge deal with that. But yeah.
Could you just in case I need it, I'm heading up there for a couple of days probably. Could you just give me a contact for the Cambridge guys just in case I need it?
Yeah, sure, no worries. I'll text you the number. I've got to go and find it out. I don't deal with them myself.
It's cool. Has time. Just text me when you got it.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, just so I have it if I need it.
Yep, I'll go find it out. I'll text you back in a bit.
Sure, no problem. And I hang up again.
Okay.
Anyone else has anything, or should we get our stuff and get on our way up there?
Okay.
I'm still matrix searching.
While this has been happening, Wayfarer has been deep in the matrix. You have managed to find out a few things about it. You're searching Jack Point and the Helix, the Nexus, and the Helix, and all of these places as well as the general matrix. You find out that the place is pretty well guarded. There's no, it's not super elite or anything, but it's not bad. It's not somewhere that most people would tend to go. It's not a lab or anything like that. It's basically just a giant call center with a large software development place. It's nothing massive. It's just people work on tweaks and bug fixes and stuff. Matrix security call center. There was talk of someone hitting the place a few years ago as a way of knocking out some of the spiders for the Proteus host, but it didn't work out so well for that team. They were fairly amateur and just got cut down. You also find out that there are rumors of it being a zero zone, but no one can confirm or deny that.
That's all?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you don't get anything intense from just a general matrix search, but
quick question: what is a zero zone?
Okay, a zero zone is a security design philosophy created by MCT, and it is basically nothing nothing that comes in. When MCT, when Mr. Hammer Computer Technologies want to play dirty, they put a zero zone in, and generally they want to play dirty. Traps, gun turrets, automated systems, defenses, paranormal animals, spirits, anchored spells, preparations, anything and everything they can think of to kill you, they do. Now, this place, there's one post on Jack Point from someone with a fairly low rep saying that it's felt like a zero zone when they ran it, but they were pushed back and they did survive. So
also people actually work there, don't they?
Yes.
And they come and go.
Kind of.
At least at some point.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah, actually, do all the employees work on live on in the facility somewhere, or do they live outside? Did you find anything about that, Wayfarer?
No, he didn't. There's other than sort of general conjecture that a lot of them on an isolated facility like this are going to live on site. No confirmation one way or the other.
Okay, that makes the impersonation plan a little bit harder because we'd have to get in to get in, and kind of defeats the point. They probably get supplies or something delivered every now and then, so maybe we can look into that and see if we can hijack a truck or something that goes in.
Are you planning on impersonating the milkman?
If necessary. As long as I can get in. Once I'm inside, I can impersonate someone else. I can change my looks in about a minute, so this doesn't take too long.
But won't they realize that there's an empty truck now standing around with no one attending to it?
Well, the truck can drive out again in the meantime. I don't care about that. It's just so we get on the grounds. We have to get in somehow and be silent about it. Using something like a delivery truck sounds like a decent idea, though they probably screen those fairly thoroughly. So, but I'm sure Wayfarer can do something about that.
Well, we could certainly find out what their schedules are with.
Yeah, once we get eyes on the place and observe it for a couple of days, we'd probably know more.
On my with my spells, did I find out like any living quarters or anything recognizable?
You didn't. You weren't able to identify what exactly was what area. You just got sort of a floor plan.
Hey, Cat.
Yeah.
Do you have like spells to make people tell the truth?
There are so many answers to that. No, is the shortest one. Well, I mean, I can hurt somebody, but
Well, no, I'm not talking about torture. I'm talking about magical coercion.
Okay,
Or,
let me
or wait,
rephrase that. I can make somebody feel like I'm spilling their guts out without actually dealing any damage.
oh, yeah,
But then you have to clean.
yeah. Let's keep that in mind. We should get our hands on some gamma scopoline, I suppose, just in case we need to interrogate someone. Maybe we can combine it, the truck and the gut spilling feeling, or the actual gut spilling. Torture has the unfortunate property that you never know if they're just telling you what you want to hear or actually telling you the truth. At least not till it's too late. Which is why I was wondering if he had access to magic that would tell us if they're lying. But I suppose we have to rely on the old-fashioned methods. They will work.
My silver bullet either. They can fool a spell. Might be more difficult, but
There is the option that if you or some of us gets a car that is going to the compound, that one or two of us are going in and try to infiltrate it as somebody working for them, like works, as you said, the delivery truck. So one is the driver talking to the guys while somebody was hiding inside the truck, the back or somewhere else, is trying to sneak in, and from there tries to disguise themselves as somebody working there, go to the place where the data is, with Wayfarer trying to hide the fact that somebody is walking around there who's supposed to be there, and gets out with the information as the same time as we are trying to get would have to drive away with the car again, the truck.
Yeah,
So,
maybe.
Yeah, but it could be
Don't you
quite
think that
difficult.
don't you think that they will check the trunk?
No.
Not the trunk, but
Yeah, but
Yes.
the second person could also be somebody at this point disguised as a worker, like loading the stuff out of the truck, asking for if he can use the toilet or something like this, and then try to get to the place where the information is stored.
you don't
Or-
set up a zero zone and then allow people to wander into toilet.
Okay,
We don't
Yeah.
know about the zero zone. That's just a rumor, and honestly, it seems unlikely.
Even if it is a zero zone, and then maybe somebody has to go with the person trying to sneak around and just take out the guy who was going with them.
The bigger problem is probably that all those trucks that go in and out are automated, so they don't have any drivers.
It could also be a fact.
So
that's even
about
better.
them searching the place, they're most likely using scanners, and I think you can handle those, right, Wayfarer?
If the trucks are automated, it's even better. We just put one extra crate with somebody in the cargo.
I
Then
didn't see
they
anyone.
unload it.
I didn't see anyone in the whole place, right?
Oh yeah, no, there was people around. There was several hundred people. You just couldn't tell who was what.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
I think once we get a closer look and more information, we can cement our plan, how exactly we want to do it. This was just throwing ideas around. And the interrogation, just in case I do have to impersonate someone, I need to know what kind of security measures I have to face. Is it just an RFID chip in their arm, or is it like retina checks and fingerprints? So because all that needs different things to handle.
Yeah, we really have to find out all of these things before we can actually make a real plan.
Exactly. And the security measures are probably something that are probably best found out through the matrix once we are close. However, now I will try to call my street dog contact.
Okay.
His name is Doc Basso.
Doc Bustle.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not the most reputable guy.
And his loyalty is
loyalty 2, connection 4.
Okay. He picks up relatively quickly.
Hey, Doc. I need something. can you get your hand on some gamma scopoline for me? And maybe some lace?
Lays. That means dealing with those pointy-eared bastards.
That's racist.
Yeah, that kind of, but that stuff can come in useful from time to time.
What's the availability of lays?
Lace is 12F, and gamma scopoline is actually 14F.
Okay.
But he's my drug/toxin contact, so he might have someone to get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I can get them. How much?
Let's say 2 of each.
2.
How much do you think you can get?
Oh, I mean the gamma scopolamine I can get. I've got a roaring trade in that. That's not hugely difficult. It's dealing with those elf bastards.
Yeah, the gamma scopoline is the more important part of this. I need 2 of those. Of the lace, 1 or 2 doses if you can get your hands on it. If not, then well not.
Okay, 2 doses of lays I can probably get. I have to hold my nose when I'm talking to them, but gamma scopolamine I could. How quick?
It's not super urgent, but maybe during the next day or so would be cool.
You can get you 5 doses of gamma scopolamine. It's gonna and the lays and carry the 2. Yeah. Call it 3 days.
3 days. Yeah, okay, that should work.
Okay. You're making me deal with elves. That's gonna cost you.
Maybe you're lucky and you get a pretty elf lady.
Yeah, they smell the worst.
Maybe you get an ugly elf dude.
Yeah, they also smell bad.
You may notice that Farron gives you a confused look because of all of this elf talk.
It's going to cost you 2,800 new yen.
Oh, come on! I'm such a good customer for you. Oh,
yeah, that is good customer rates. You're making me deal with
2.5.
Bastard elves.
Come on, you can do 2.5.
No, I can't. Not if I've got to deal with elves. It's danger money. You're putting me in a toxic situation because they stink.
Let me check something. Fine, but you'll throw in a courier service up to Norfolk if I need it.
Frag off. If you want them, you can come pick them up. I'll be ready in about 3 days.
2.8, all right. Unless you actually let me roll my negotiation here.
Well, you can roll it. Whether it's going to actually have any good or not, it's entirely different thing.
Yeah, nothing of my stuff works over the matrix, so it's just 12 dice. I'm going to try it. 3 successes.
No, not enough.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay, 2,800.
Okay, yep. It takes 3 days, but he's good. He gets you the drugs for 2,800.
Yeah, if necessary, someone has to drive down there. It's like a 2-hour drive and pick it up. Shouldn't be that much of a problem.
Well, I mean, when are you guys going to that safe house?
As far as I
would say we probably...
Didn't you say, Venus say, that she wants to go there right now after this talk, or maybe as soon as we finished doing our stuff in the garage?
I have to pick a couple of things up first and maybe try to get my hands on some other stuff. But that shouldn't be too much of a problem to get.
I am fine either way.
If we are done here, does anyone have anything more to do?
There's nothing I can do at this place.
Okay, I guess. Shall we say we meet up tomorrow morning at this address Farron got us? Or shall we meet here and drive up there together?
I'd say we meet up at the safe house.
Okay then.
Okay.
Is it far from Windsor?
Yes, it is.
3 hours, about 2 hours maybe.
And
Maybe just go there today.
this may be even already Suffolk, not Norfolk anymore. But I guess only Iron will know, because there's no borders for counties on this map.
What's that?
I was just wondering if Barry Edmonds was already in Suffolk.
I think Bury's in Essex.
No way.
I can't remember. I've been there, but I honestly don't pay much attention to what county
It looks
anywhere
more
it is.
like it looks more like on the edge of Norfolk and Suffolk.
Okay, whatever. I mean, it's not a big deal.
And
Yeah,
going there, yes.
I was just gonna say, it doesn't matter where it is really. You managed to get there. It's not a problem.
Yeah, I won't even mark this on the map because it's just a saved reuse one time. I don't think it's really needed to be on the map unless you guys want me to put it there. Anyway, if you want to go there, sure, just have to ask someone of us to drive you there, but it's not really needed. But don't look at me, I won't drive you there. This is to Wayfarer.
Oh,
Do you want to drive? I think it's about time I try to bind that focus.
Okay, so when are you guys going to the safe house?
Well, Farron would go there the next day as Venus suggested. Unless it's for some reason really important that we go there right now.
I don't think we have a timetable, right?
We have 2 weeks to do the job, so it isn't really important to go there right now, especially if she needs to get some stuff first.
Yeah.
I need to hit the black market. Forgot the name again.
It was Blackbush Black Market.
That one. I knew it was something with black, but yeah, I need to hit that place again.
Yeah, so no need to go there right now.
Okay,
The
then I
safe
guess.
house, not the black market. By the way, what was this all about elf talk?
Oh, that.
Yes,
Oh, my guy apparently doesn't like elves very much.
it's always with those people not like an elf. I don't understand it.
Eh.
I mean, sure, there are bad elves, but isn't there bad of everything?
What you mean to say is that not all elves? Is that what you're telling us?
I guess.
Why do some people hate trolls?
Maybe they're just jealous.
Because they are big and scary.
Yeah, and you see, same reason people hate elves.
Because they're big and scary?
Yes.
I'm not big.
No, you're a short elf. I'm not sure what
But you're
happened with
scary.
you. So, is there anything else we need to do now, or
Not sure.
should we continue once we are over there and see more? Maybe we can find out where the people there go in their free time, if they go anywhere. But that's all stuff to find out when we're there.
Sure. Sounds like a plan, I guess. I don't think I have many contacts that could help us on that. I'll look into that area and see if I can learn anything else.
Yeah, I have someone who might get his hands on a couple of classified documents and stuff like that, but he said it will take a while.
Yeah, I have a contact, but I doubt that he will get anything more than Wayfarer already got us.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Okay, if that's everything, I'll be going.
Still, I'm not short. Normal sized for a human, at least.
I'm almost taller than you, and you're an elf. Well, she's not.
But at least I'm not scary.
It's
With
okay, Fern. We
chuckles.
like you.
Farron is a bit more concerned about being shot right now than the actual thing you're talking about.
Mhm.
The realization just hit her. She is short for an elf.
That took a lot of years.
Well, we don't know if she ever noticed before, because, he doesn't remember.
Yeah.
Something you guys don't know.
So we move on from this.
Yeah,
Okay. Everyone gets a good night's sleep and regenerates edge, I'm assuming, unless everyone goes out partying.
No, but I want to hit the Black Bush market.
I wish I had
Oh,
used
okay.
it.
Okay, you head on over to Blackbush. What?
A cellular cloth molder, which is basically the fingerprint copier.
Okay.
It's 12F. I think I might find that there, I hope.
Yeah, if available at 12, yeah.
Okay, so I'm buying that at rating 4, which is the max rating. And then what should I get? Either a keycard copier or a Maclock passkey,
Oh,
Why not both?
yeah.
because they're expensive.
Do you have lockpicking?
Keycard cop? No, I do not. The keycard copier is a higher rate. Also, it does kind of seem weird if someone looking the right way, dressed the right way, walks up to a maglock and takes it apart instead of just swiping their keycard.
That's not strange at all.
The maglock passkey, I think, is just rating 4, but works on pretty much every maglock, while for the keycard copier is higher rating. But I actually need the original keycard to copy it.
Yeah, the Matlock thingy sounds more effective.
Yeah, but that is expensive.
How much is it?
2,000 per rating.
What rating were you looking at?
Well, if I'm buying it at 4, which is the max again. So 8,000.
That's not that much.
Yeah, and I guess it will come in handy at some point. So I'm getting that, and let's see.
Cat will help if you want.
Why the hell not? I'm getting both, and the keycard copy at rating 6, just in case we need.
Okay, how much money do you need?
No, I have the money. It's just I don't want to spend it all.
I wish I knew, but I should try.
So they're 8F and 12F respectively. So I should get them there as well, I think.
Yeah, you'll be able to find the price without too much.
Do I need anything else? Hey, Wayfarer.
What?
Should I pick up some of those data tab thingies to get you an external connection? Something? Do they have that here?
Well, I have one, if you want it.
Oh, you have one already. Okay, yeah. Just in case I have to walk in there and tap you in somehow. That's why I'm asking.
Well, if there will be a Faraday cage, I don't think it will be working.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, the Faraday
We don't know
cage.
if there is a Faraday cage in there.
Yeah, but the Johnson already said it probably is, which means it probably is.
If there's a cold storage, there surely is.
So is there like a way to tap in there and put an antenna outside so you get access or something?
Cable.
Is that something I have to pick up?
A spool of wire.
Do
It's
you?
a bad idea.
Why is it a bad idea?
Because
then you have a
people tend
bunch
to
of
steal
wired.
spools of wire.
I kind of like the idea of, the image of it, but yeah, probably not very effective.
Well, is there something less obvious?
We can get way further in. That is less obvious.
I doubt it that it's less obvious.
Yeah, for some
I'm
reason,
thinking-
a sleeping guy with a cyber deck in his arms is quite obvious.
Well, if we can somehow get him in there, let's see.
But isn't there maybe a? But I don't know even if this works like this. If you have a satellite link and you put a cable inside the Faraday cage, and inside the Faraday cage you have something that makes you connected to the device that is linked to the satellite link, couldn't he? For
Faraday cage just doesn't let any signals out.
No, it lets cable stuff goes out. It's just radio signals that don't go through. That's
yeah,
how
but if it's a closed circle like with the comlinks inside the Faraday cage, wouldn't this work? Just that the
If
comlink is
there might-
connected through another comlink that is connected to a satellite link outside of the Faraday cage.
If you find a wire that leads out of the Faraday cage and data tap it on the outside, that may be the option.
Yeah, but
Well, those drones must be connected to something, so I bet you could plug into one of them. But
well, the way I understood it, they have a host and they have normal stuff that's on the matrix. Just the stuff we need is in an area that's likely inside a Faraday cage and
Oh,
not
shit, I
connected to
forgot
the
storage.
matrix. So yeah. Okay, I just figured while I'm on the market here, I'm actually going to see if they maybe have some idea that could be used for something like that. I'm actually trying to find someone on this black market that seems like he's like matrix stuffy expert.
Okay. You managed to find someone who does electronics and that sort of stuff, and he tries to sell you basically 2 comlinks that are connected via a spool of wire.
Is the wire like obvious, or is it like
Well,
really
it's toughened fiber optics, so it's not obvious, but it's obvious.
So I'd have to, yeah, but the Faraday cage can actually be built into the wall. It's not like really a cage, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like 200 meters worth of cable.
Yeah,
that
but
you can string out however you need.
yeah, but I don't necessarily. It just would be obvious if I leave a comlink lying outside and have a cable going inside from it. There's probably no better way. How much would those comlinks be?
Depends what rating comlinks you.
Well, it's really just a relay from inside to outside, right? And after that, it really doesn't matter.
Just get me inside, it will be simpler.
Yeah, maybe, but while I'm here, I'm seeing if they have anything. Yeah, I'll keep it in mind if we need that. I can come back for it. Okay, then I go back to my home and get some sleep before the next day I'm moving over there.
don't you have to wait one more day for the gamma scopolamine?
No, I think 2 more days.
No, you went to the market the following day, so you only have to wait until the next day to get the drugs.
No, I went to the market the same day we had the meeting, I think.
No, by the time you went there, it was far too in the day. It would have been closed.
Oh, okay. I thought black markets don't have like opening times or so.
The black market itself probably doesn't, but the market that it's using as a cover for the black market does. So if you were to have the contact details of the particular merchants, you could possibly get stuff out of hours. But if you're just going to the market to find hold of them, no, you're going to be shit out of luck after about 6 p.m. in the day.
Fine. Next day then, or I'd probably go there and try to go there in the morning and drive to the safe house afterwards.
Okay. So you go to the market, then drive to the safe house.
Yeah.
Okay. What about everyone else? What time do they arrive?
When does Venus arrive again?
Does Wayfarer want a ride?
Yeah.
Okay, Wayfarer is driving while Cat is binding the sustaining focus of illusion. I think it's the next one.
Do you really think it's a good idea for me to drive?
Too late.
Every
need to,
car has an autopilot.
I know, but now I have a driver too.
So it is next day right now, right?
Yes.
16 o'clock?
If that's where you want to go, yeah. If
No,
you
when
go
I want
there
to
Friday.
arrive. Oh, no.
Yeah,
no.
if you-
Wait, it takes about 2 or 3 hours, so 17.
Okay, yeah, you can get there at 5 o'clock, not a problem.
So how close is the safe house to the compound?
Still about 1 hour driving, I think. I mean, from what I can see from the map, would be just driving on the A134 to King's Lynn and Lynn, whatever how it's pronounced, and it's somewhere around this area. So I assume it's about 1 hour, but Ira would know better, I think.
That far?
Yeah, it takes about 2 hours because you've got to go around the M25. Both of you are going to get caught in traffic because there's a Y in.
Or was this about from Windsor to the safe house, from safe house to the location of the compound?
Oh, yeah, that's not very far at all. It's not a big deal. Well, apart from noise, but it's not a big deal.
Okay. Yeah, I hope this answers your question.
And what were we planning to do in the safe house?
Being safe.
Yeah, except that.
Continue planning from there.
It's basically so we have a base of operation a little bit closer than 5 hours away from where we're actually going to do stuff.
Exactly.
And also, it gets Wayfarer closer, so there's less noise.
Exactly, that too.
So if it means less noise, I think I'll take a walk in the Matrix.
It's quite a long walk.
It's the Matrix.
You walk really fast.
Hopes and dreams. You destroyed them. Thanks.
It's the Matrix. You literally walk like what?
Yeah,
The
I
speed
know.
the data travels.
I
You
know.
should. And I hope you have a couple of stuff to reduce the little noise you have left.
Okay, Wayfarer, give me a matrix perception.
I was rearranging my attributes. Okay.
Okay. Matrix
I'll just
perception,
find my
please.
stats. Matrix perception is intuition.
Yep, intuition plus computer.
2 successes.
Okay, I mean, you managed to find it. It's, not much out there that you can mistake for it. It's quite a significant facility.
So it was just to find the facility.
Yeah, pretty much. You find it. When you get there, you see that there are, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pans within the place. Some of which you can see, some of which you can feel because they're a bit further away than immediate visibility, 100 meters. There are 12 cyberspace designed Dalmatians flying around in swarms of 4, and there are 6 crawler drones, ferrets, ferret perimeter reconnaissance drones. I'm not going to make you roll for those because identifying those is fairly easy and they're not running Rapper or anything. And you also see security guards, as previously described, 4 pairs.
Mm.
Give me a matrix perception, please.
How many of the ferret drones did you say?
8, I think.
Yeah, can someone just write the whole thing down?
Yeah, that's what
Yes.
I'm doing.
Yeah, it's 8 ferrets.
I'm not rolling good today for successes.
Okay. There is something running silent within 100 meters of you. It's actually at the southwest main gateway.
Interesting thing if it has found me, because I'm running silent too.
Okay. Give me another. Do you try and identify the icons?
Yeah, I think.
Okay, go on then. Another matrix perception.
4 successes.
Sorry, was that 4?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you see that there are two icons running Rapper in the fences, well, the gateposts on either side of the wall. Well, the wall in the gateposts either side of the gateway. Each of them is a gun turret.
I relay that information to the team and say that is not good.
Well, it's not a surprise they have security, is it?
Well, just security is fine, but automated gun turrets isn't.
Why not? Can't you hack them and turn them on them if need be?
I can, but that means that maybe, just maybe, the zero zone thing was complete nonsense.
Yeah, but there's so many people here. I mean, they can't just keep them all here. Someone has to leave at some point, right? And they have to get stuff in
Well,
and out.
They might run it like a mini archaeology, but the thing with zero zones is that you cannot have your own employees in them because, they're designed to kill anyone walking in.
They probably have similar security than a zero zone. Maybe that's what the guy meant. That's possible, but remember our Johnson said the security is not too high. It's more like a medium security zone. So yeah, they probably have those turrets at the entrance, but maybe if we go through somehow else, we can find a way.
Didn't the Johnson say that he doesn't know for sure how the security is? That it was more or less a guess from what he knows.
Did he say that? Let me
think-
make a memory check.
I see the guards, right? They're not running silent.
Nope, they're not running silent.
What?
I got
I
one
can see they
success
have.
on my memory check there.
Okay, Venus, you have you don't remember.
Can
Yeah,
I
I'm
try
not
to
sure.
remember if my remembrance was correct?
Okay, memory test.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, you're
Maybe
fairly
I-
certain that what you just said is correct.
Actually, I am fairly certain myself as a real person too, so it just works fine.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, maybe he said that.
What's the memory? Oh, yeah.
Doesn't really matter too much.
3 successes on memory test.
Okay, Wayfarer, you remember him saying that he was under the impression that it was moderate security, but he wasn't certain.
Haha.
Aha. So what icons do guards have?
They
On
have
the
full-on
pans.
pans. Well, you
Yeah.
need to analyze them.
Okay, I'll analyze one just to get a feel of how armed they are.
How armed, you can see that doesn't need a thing because weapons are always separate from a pan. There's always a weapon.
I mean, weapons, implants, everything.
Okay, implants, the usual. Weapons, they have heavy pistols and FN-HARs, assault rifles. They, their armor isn't active, so they just look like normal guys.
Do I see some like black zones that are offline, off limits of Matrix?
Yes.
If I overlay them onto the information that Cat gave, where are they?
One of the 2 warded areas in the central building, or areas that Kat said he couldn't get a reading on, one of those is a dead zone to you. And there are 2 dead zones in each of the outside buildings. And also there is 2 other dead zones in the central building, one of them on the floor below the top floor, so the 6th floor, and one of them is on a basement.
Can I
was smart.
just once again pull up the information that Johnson gave us? Did he give
He
us
gave you-
anything about like where the server room is located?
Nope.
Could you look into one of the guards' comlinks if they have a map or something?
Who would keep a map of the compound on their comlink, but oh well.
Well, probably somehow encrypted, but I would. You need that in order to navigate and give AROs and whatnot, right?
Yeah, that's probably mostly on the host, I suppose.
Are there any cameras?
Give me another matrix.
Finally, 6 successes.
Yep, there are cameras every 50 meters along the perimeter wall, in most of the trees, and along the outsides of the buildings, designed to cover blind spot.
So basically
You think-
everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much. And if you look for a decent amount of time, you haven't done any illegal action, so you can hang there for a while. You notice that the ground drones their patrol routes are set to cover the blind spots from the camera.
Can I calculate the window of opportunity for someone to walk through the blind zones, like timing?
You will need several hours worth of records, but yeah, you think you can do it.
I have math.
If you need to, I can go take another flight and record whatever you need.
I mean, I have math, security procedures, and data heavens probably doesn't apply here.
Yeah, it won't be. I mean, it's not going to be difficult. You just need enough data to feed into it that you can then be confident that you're going to have a decent. You're going to have the correct conclusions.
I'm looking where are cameras wired to? What's the master node?
The host.
Let's enter the host and try to sap some data from it. Anyone for it? Anyone against it?
Are you asking us in character?
Yes.
Let's see.
What's the rating of the host? How difficult is it?
That's maybe a good question to see. But in general, yes, we need information.
Will you use baby monitor?
I didn't do anything illegal as of yet.
But once you
And-
get into the
If you
host,
enter the
Yes,
host,
and I
you
don't
want
need it inside the host because if things converge on me, the host will just spit ice on me like crazy.
Yeah, and as soon as you exit the host, God will converge on you and slam you.
Yeah, if I will
You-
be
you
alive
are-
at that point.
You are an experienced decker. You know that not running baby monitor is a risk, and even if they converge on you inside the host, as soon as you leave the host, you get converged on by God.
also they
Um,
probably still get your physical location even from inside a host. I'm not sure about that part. Because
Yeah.
that's the bad thing. You will compromise our safe house and all of us here if
So
God
the thing
converges.
is that if I go there, try to sap the data, if they find me, they will start suspecting things.
Yeah, but they probably just think you're just a normal corporate spy. They have a lot of stuff here. We are after something very specific. They're probably not going to think about that, especially since that is not stuff that's on that host in the first place.
So in the host, running silent does nothing, right?
No, it does stuff.
it hides you from the
Patrol eyes.
thanks patrol eyes.
Yeah, if you get spotted, you have to do a hide action to hide. But yeah, it's useful. But there is a penalty. Running silent is -2 always.
Well, there is.
Yes, I'm still running silent. That's why I did not add +2 for hot sim.
Well, there is a risk to running silent because if the host basically looks at people running silent and he gets enough hits to beat your sleaze, then he finds you, or then he knows that someone is there and then he starts searching for you.
9 sleaze.
But if you're not running silent and actually manage to blend in, you could possibly just walk past the patrol eyes and he just thinks, yeah, you're just another guy working on the host.
Well, that's unless I do something illegal.
Well, if he can, the patrol eyes can check your last matrix action and figure out if you did something illegal there. But well, that stuff you would know as a decker, I suppose. It has its risks and bonuses. I would say with 9 sleaze, you have that the threshold is the sleaze rating, isn't it, for finding someone?
It's
No,
contested.
it is. Yeah, it's an opposed roll. Intuition plus sleaze, I think.
Well, okay, with 9 sleaze, he still has probably a pretty good chance, but trying to figure out the rating of the host is probably the first step.
It's logic plus sleaze against computer plus intuition.
Well, for a host, that's 2 times host rating, usually, I guess.
So, all right, I swap to just AR, eat the pill of Psycho, and wait 10 minutes, I guess.
Man, it's Psyche. I know, like, it's not a big deal, but you're always making me like, what the fuck's going this guy going psycho?
Not going, eating, it's better. I guess that's okay.
So you think you can break into the host and not be spotted?
Well, I can try.
I'm asking you what you think your chances are. That there's always a risk, I realize that, but
50-50.
really, we are
Well,
betting our
yeah.
plan on a coin toss here.
Well, either they spot me or they don't.
You should know, are you good at not getting spotted or not? I'm asking for a professional opinion of you here. Yeah, sure, possibly the guy shoots me or doesn't shoot me, but never mind.
That's in character, right?
Yeah,
Well, if you won't, I can just run hitchhiker and you hack the host.
Yeah, because that's so much better, because I know I'll be spotted.
Well, you wanted the chances. I gave you the chances. So I'm just putting it for a vote. If you want me, I'll do that.
I'm actually sending a secret DNI to everyone else. Why do we have a decker who can only get into hosts 50% of the time?
Because he's still better than the last one we had. With that, I don't mean Janice. Janice was awesome.
I think you mean with.
Mhm.
She was with.
So yeah, 10 minutes. Do 10 minutes path.
Yeah, your drugs take effect.
So yeah, time to go in.
Okay. You need to get close enough to not suffer any noise, don't you?
No, you don't.
Oh wait, no noise to hosts.
Well, inside the host. The first part, hacking the host, is... But if he has noise reduction and all, that should counter it.
Yeah. I'm just wondering how close is he going to get? So how much noise reduction do you have?
I have a vector signal filter.
What's that?
It's noise reduction too. I
Anything
have
else?
antenna. That's one, right?
Just
one.
one antenna?
One antenna and one data jack. And I
Okay.
have a signal scrub.
Okay, you're fairly good then. You'll be able to, I mean, as long as you're within a kilometer, actually, as long as you're within 10 kilometers, you'll be fine.
Are we within 10 kilometers?
The safe house isn't, but you can.
Well, I guess then I take drug after we drive there. Probably with Venus, because we had this conversation about getting in or not getting in.
Well, no, you want to take the drug so that you've got 10 minutes left. How long does it last for you with all your implants?
Does the screen reduce it by its rating?
Yeah.
I don't know, it's your implant. So it reduces it by its rating. So that's going to be what, 2 hours?
Yeah, 2 hours.
It's 12 minus body initially, isn't it? Or is it
Yes,
just a
it's
flat 8
12
hours?
minus body minus screen, which is 10. So it's 2 hours.
Okay, fair enough, 2 hours. Yeah, that's an age. You can take it as soon as you leave the safe house or before then.
So yeah, now we're driving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. You get to a location that you are happy to hack from. You go into VR, I'm assuming.
What kind of location is it? Is like in a town, or is it completely somewhere else?
It's a Mercy rest stop on the side of an A road. So it's a little lay-by that's big enough for like 2 trucks, maybe 3. There's an emergency phone, a little picnic table, a bin, and some trees to piss behind.
Okay, while he's doing that, I'm getting out of the car and seem like I'm eating my lunch, dinner, whatever time it is currently at the table there.
Okay.
Probably tastes like crap at this place, but
Oh yeah, I mean there's a chuck wagon that you can buy some.
yeah, I'm buying something and eating it and taking my time to give wafer at the time, so it doesn't look too weird when a car just stops and does nothing.
Okay, no worries. Okay, so you get there and you get out. Wayfarer looks like asleep because in VR. With your social skills, I'm not even going to make you roll a contest to convince people of that.
Okay.
So Wayfarer, you're up.
I'm looking at the host, and the host is looking at me.
Okay. Are you going to analyze the host before you go in there, or are you just going to go straight in?
Yeah, I'm going to analyze it before anything bad happens. That's the same matrix perception, right?
Yeah, matrix perception, but you are still running silent, aren't you?
3 successes.
Okay. You find that it is a rating 9. Anything else you want to know?
That is not good. What's its firewall?
12.
That is pretty not good. Out of character, on scale of 1 to 10, what are my chances of getting in there?
How much is your hacking and computer dice pool? Your hacking dice pool, I mean.
Hacking is currently at 16.
Your 50% was optimistic.
Thanks, mate.
I think a rating
was-
9 host with I think a rating 9 host with 12 firewall rolls 21 dice against you at about everything.
Pretty much.
I was German phrase. That's so typical. So dead man. So mother.
Yeah, might not be a good idea to do this now if you're not confident about it. Out of character, totally. Because in character, I'm eating.
I can try and fail.
Can you try and fail without ringing all the alarms? I don't know. I'm asking.
If he uses brute force, yes, he fries his deck probably and gets dumb shocked. But if he fails, they don't know The problem is if he succeeds, then they know. So yeah, either way, it
I can
sucks.
try with sleaze.
Yeah, but then failing means they know that someone just tried. But they're double A host, so someone is probably always trying to get in. They're probably not thinking too much about that. It's like someone is always trying to hack the Pentagon website or something. The problem is if they get in.
Yeah, well, good thing it's not rating 12.
How acceptable is it to walk around these parts of the world?
Officially, it is, well, the road is fine. Where Venus and Wayfarer are is okay, and there are some areas that are fine. However, once you get closer to the facility, you are getting into the restricted area that is the stink fence.
Okay, totally out of character. If things go bad, how quickly can I get out of it without black ice frying me?
Okay, if you get link locked, yeah. If you're not link locked, it's an action. If you are link locked, it's a contested action which you may fail.
Well, I just to enter the host, I just need to a mark on it.
To access the host, yes.
Oh well, let's try and fail.
Go way further. Be brave.
Okay, roll your appropriate dice. Are you running Rapper?
Not. I'm running silent.
Okay, you might want to run Rapper instead of running Silent because it's still a test to see you. However, it gives you those extra 2 dice. Or just keep making a lot of hide action.
Wait, I thought Rapper is the one that
That
can
allows
make
you to ignore the Matrix icon rules to hide weapons and such.
Yeah, you can make a weapon look like a microwave or something. I thought that's Rapper.
Sorry, yes. What I mean is you can change your icon to look like something that should belong. At which point,
Like ice.
no, another persona. You know, every host is sculpted, so standard users are going to have a specific look mostly. You can change your icon to look like one of those and sort of hide in plain sight.
I think you don't need Rapper for that. I think Persona to
No,
Persona
you're
you can.
right. You don't need Rapper for that.
You only need it.
I'll turn running silent off and try to get a mark on it. Let's be optimistic.
What's the worst that could happen, right?
It's successes.
Okay, so which method are you using?
Hack on the fly.
Okay.
Do I think that it gets mark on me, and I know that if I don't get mark on him, he gets mark on me, that I have to reboot.
Okay, you got how many hits?
8.
And you
Something happens.
what is your sleeves?
9.
Okay, you get a mark.
Yay! So I enter the host, and judging by its architecture, I immediately tried to change my persona to look something like that.
Okay, that's not a problem. That is a change icon owner, which is automatic.
So I look around. What does the host look like? What do I see?
Okay, the host is sculpted to be the inside of a submarine. It is, well, it's like a big spacecraft, but it's underwater because the windows, the portholes you can see, there are fish and stuff floating by. So either it's a spaceship in fish world or it's underwater a submarine, but it's huge. Kind of like the inside of Babylon 5. Yeah, in there's the outside has got stuff on it. Gravity is obviously not a factor here because everything is, the ceilings have got things on them. It's basically a long cylinder with some things anchored down the middle in sort of null space where you would imagine there'd be no gravity. It's basically an underwater space station with no gravity, essentially, or rules for a colony ship in space type gravity. It's kind of weird and unsettling initially, but very quickly you get the hang of it.
Okay. Do I see like to what the cameras were tied in, or any data storage, as a matter of fact?
Give me a matrix.
6 successes.
Okay. You find several nodes that you think could be control nodes of some kind, and you spot a patrol ice that's getting close.
Quick, put a plant in front of your face. They can't see through that.
That's the hide action will be appropriate, right?
It's up to you.
Well,
Right.
it's just like I'm not that experienced in playing in Matrix.
Well, the hide action turns basically run silent back on.
Are you sure? Isn't
No,
basically
it
like
does not turn run silent back on.
No, it does not.
it's like
No, it's a
hiding in
hide.
the bushes.
Yeah, you're hiding. If you've been marked, if you haven't been marked, you lose the target. But it's not appropriate because you haven't been marked.
Okay, so I can just turn run silent off on again and eyes won't see me?
At the moment, you haven't done anything illegal in this host, and you look like you belong.
Okay, so I just go to the control node, the first one.
Okay. You're going to some extra mark. What exactly are you trying to do in this?
I wanted to get some footage of the cameras and maybe some other data.
Okay, what exactly? I mean, camera footage isn't really going to help you that much.
Maybe schedules of transports in and out. They have to get food from somewhere, water from somewhere.
Okay, fair enough. Anything?
So like shipping manifests, maybe personal lists. I doubt that I will find like access codes and such.
Okay.
But if they are there, I just happily will take them, or will try, or die trying.
Yeah, let's avoid that last part.
Okay. Give me a matrix perception test.
4 successes.
Okay. You managed to find some security sort of procedural documents. There is a file which is labeled facility security. What are you going to do with it?
Something is wrong. I'm gonna check it for data bombs.
Okay.
7 successes
Okay. It is protected.
with a data bomb, or just
no,
protected.
there's no data bomb. It's encrypted.
All right. So to copy it, I need to overcome the firewall, right?
Yes. Basically, crack file.
Which kind of sucks because that's an
no,
attack
it's
action.
Protecting rating, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
but crack file is an attack action. The moment you do that, they know you did it. Or if you succeed, they know you did it.
No, they don't. How would they?
Can I do? It's not edit file.
You can't
Copy
edit.
it.
You can't copy a protected file. That's the problem. Which is kind of silly.
I thought you
but
can copy and unprotect it later.
No.
Nope. You have to crack the file in order to get rid of the encryption protection in order to actually copy it or open it.
Yep. As I said,
Crack
logic.
file says remove protection from the file so you can read it, and edit file
Yep.
is
Edit file. The last paragraph. No, wait. The
Create-
paragraph before
Edit
that.
file covers create, change, copy, delete, or protect files.
yes.
It
You
says
have
here
to
if
crack a file in order to do an edit file.
it says here if the file you want to copy has protection on it, this action automatically fails.
Okay, can I do one more magic's perception to check if there is anything else?
Yeah, sure.
6 successes.
Okay. You don't see anything particularly else. I mean, if you want like delivery manifests and stuff, you found that file, but again, it's protected.
Okay, here goes nothing. Let's attack and run away.
Well, they know something attacked them. They probably don't know exactly what.
Why would they know that something?
Because it's an attack action. Well, the file knows it got attacked, I suppose. I don't know exactly.
Yeah, I think it's one of those cases where it's probably misnamed or something because
It should totally be
you would
sleaze.
never-
because-
it should be sleaze because you're never really going to do it unless that's largely what you want to do when you're in a host. So you're not going to sneak around, sleaze around, and then all of a sudden just do something to let them know you're there. That's ridiculous.
Exactly.
But do we do it as sleaze with the sleaze rules? Because they are the same.
It's hacking plus logic for you,
Yes.
which limit is not a massive issue.
Right, it's also at the hacking skill, so yeah, it totally makes sense that it's sleaze, not attack.
Yeah, I think that might be him. Okay, we'll go with it as a sleaze action because it doesn't make any sense as an attack action. Hacking plus logic with a limit of sleaze.
11 successes.
Oh, nice.
And my sleaze is just 9, so 9 successes.
Yeah,
I did.
but you used edge, so you keep all.
Oh, yeah. 11.
Okay, yep, you managed to get the file with the security manual.
So all the procedures regarding that compound?
No, you cracked it. You can now do an edit file to copy it. So computer plus logic.
That is quite the get if you manage to copy it, to be honest.
Yeah, but the good thing about the edit file action is it's a data processing action, so even if he fails, he can just try again. The host doesn't even notice.
Yep.
Is it opposed even?
It is opposed, yeah.
Almost everything in hacking.
Yeah, but how does this is I guess an in-game like the in-game logic, but how does somebody who like a guard that wants to access this thing work? Because
They have the
They-
password.
They don't have to have a mark. They have the password. They can just do it normally.
yeah,
The
a
whole
password
point
is the
of this
mark.
is
That's what marks mean, right?
not quite. No.
It's complicated. Don't try to use logic on them. It's really normally you would say, yeah, it should be, but then again, it's not for some stuff because the people who wrote the matrix rule apparently
Wage or not wage?
don't
That is the
use
question.
computers much, to say it nicely.
It's entirely up to you, but you know for a fact that you've got at least another 3 tests before you get out.
7 successes,
Okay.
and my current data processing is 6 because of the toolbox. Or not 6. File editor 7.
Okay, so your current data processing for this test is 7, yes?
Yes, because
Okay.
of file editor program.
Okay, you succeed. You now have that file.
So I have my
You want the other one?
which other one?
The other file?
You said that I didn't find anything else.
Yes, you did. You found 2 files that fit the criteria of what you said you were looking for. You found one which has the delivery schedules and such, and one which has information on the security routine.
So I stole the security. Now I can try to crack and.
Yes.
All right, let's try and crack another one. Greedy, but whatever.
Oh, you're doing pretty nicely.
11 successes.
And how many of those do you keep? Oh, you keep all of them.
Edge,
You edged.
everyone.
Okay. You need to declare that when you roll it, please. Yep. You get that. You've cracked that file's protection.
Let's try to copy it. 9 successes, but I leave 7 of those.
Okay. Yep. You're good. You get that second file.
So because of my signature negative trait, I leave them.
Yep. You have to leave something behind.
I leave them.
Motherfucker.
I leave them a card. Can I tell you which tarot card in a bit?
Yeah, sure.
God damn it, you were ghosting it so well. Nobody noticed. You got all the stuff.
Well, like they will find the file immediately. That
Yeah,
hey, get wrecked. Something, yeah, tarot card with get wrecked on it.
I mean, I'm not one to complain since I also broke stealth to dive bomb a spirit, but you know.
Run away, exit the host, and like reboot the deck out of HotSam.
Okay. Yep. You do a graceful log off. Why is there no action?
For
Okay.
the log off.
Yeah, to log off from a host. I can't see an action for that, but yeah, you've got
It's enter exit host. It's the same action as entering.
Except I already have a mark on it.
right. Okay. Well. Oh yeah. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Right. So
Or he
you
could-
get out of the host, and you are now back in the matrix.
I log off, reboot my deck to reset my Overwatch score.
Okay. You're out and clear.
What you theoretically could do as well is change the interface mode to AR and just use the checkout action. Since you're in AR, you don't take dump shock. But that's more like
It's fine. He got out. It's not a problem. I'm
Yeah.
not going to worry about it.
it's really just semantics.
So Wayfarer exits the car, comes to Venus. Is there a bottle of water on the table?
Sure.
He drinks it
Nice.
and sends you the files to your comlink.
I nod and offer you the rest of my food here. You want some?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
So
I
what's
happily
inside
get rid
the
of it.
files?
We return to the safe house, I suppose, for that, and look through the files.
Once I have some food, sure.
Okay. You get some food. It's not particularly nice, but I mean, it is nice. A good chuck wagon, but it's not amazing quality. It's cooked well though. Anything else? Are you just going straight back?
Nope, I think straight back.
Okay.
I changed the color of the car on the way back, so it's a different car now that arrives.
Okay.
During
No
a
problem.
stretch where we are not observed, obviously. Not in the middle
Yeah.
of highway traffic.
Yeah. No, that's not different.
Is that even illegal to change the color of your car?
It requires a chameleon coding modification.
Yeah, you can do it, but you need to have a spoof chip that has that color programmed. Otherwise, the police will stop you. And a morphine license plate that matches the spoof chip. Otherwise, the picture.
Yeah, I've spoofed chip and moving license plate.
So, out of character, Aaron, do I send the card to you, which I left, or to the general chat?
Me.
Is it a secret?
Well, we don't know that he did it, so why should he send it to us?
Because that way us players can enjoy the part of the story too.
No.
I don't mind too much. Different styles, that's all.
Okay, not a problem. I mean, it's entirely up to Wayfarer if he wants to tell you guys what he's done.
Well, I don't think it's a good idea to admit that, guys, I've left my signature all over that host.
I've left my signature all over that host. Sounds very, very, very wrong.
Yeah, I don't think in character we have any idea about that.
Well, Kat, you have, scribed an address of the second brothel on the wall with an axe.
That didn't lead to me though. At least I
Well,
hope
not that it will lead to me so far. They will just, once it builds up, they will know who hacks them. It's like it will build reputation.
Yeah. Okay, so Wayfarer, what's in those files you got there?
I don't know, I haven't read them.
I know. What are you waiting for?
Well, I thought we will read them together.
Oh, like we were in class.
So we're all making a big circle and everyone's going to tell a story.
Or you could just look at them.
Yeah.
Is Wayfarer handing the files out to various people, to everyone in the team?
To everyone in the team.
What time of day is it right now?
It's kind of lunchtime. No, wait, you didn't get there to the afternoon.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. Lunchtime could be anywhere.
Yeah, it's dinner
anytime.
time. It's dinner time.
You make me look up dinner time.
7-ish.
All right.
So people are eating and reading stolen security files.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
Anything interesting in that?
You find out that their food is delivered once a week by a automated wagon train with a local onboard rigger, usually for security reasons. And you also find out about their patrol routes.
That's
You
it.
find out. Sorry, go on.
No, go on.
Go on.
The patrol routes were not for the automated wagon train. No, that was security stuff then.
Yep, that's for the drone swarms, the ground patrol drones, and the security guards on patrol. You also find out shift change information, and you find out that there is a FRT on site.
There is what?
Fast response team.
Nay. The patrol routes, are they for the guards outside or for the whole compound?
For the whole compound. You find out that each building has got quite a lot of guards in it.
Okay.
So much for it's not high security.
Well, it doesn't look like average either.
No, it's definitely high security.
Well, we got this far.
Yeah.
Does the file have any specifications about which of the different buildings could be an offline server?
Nope.
Does it have a naming system for the different locations inside the compound?
It does. It has names for each of the buildings.
I assume they are nonsensical and in code.
Yeah, they're fairly generic, but you can identify them fairly easily. It does say which ones work.
Yeah, but it doesn't say like storage and security building, stuff like that. It's like building 1, building 2, building 3, more likely.
Actually, it says it actually has names for the buildings, but yes, it's essentially building 1, building 2, building 3.
Yeah, the names really don't mean anything. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
We don't have a map of the buildings, right?
Yeah, we do.
You have the one that Kat drew.
Yeah, I mean the layout of the buildings.
You have the one that Kat drew. It's fairly it's okay.
Yeah, like 4 hits is the max in detection spell, so that's about as much detail as I can get with a spell. And then I got like 5 or 6 hits on the drawing, so...
Yeah, I mean, but with this spell, can you see inside of the buildings?
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
It's did you use spatial sense or what kind
Spatial
of
sense.
Yeah.
Standard.
Yeah. You basically see the layout of an area. How big are the buildings? I probably missed that. You probably explained that already.
They're significant size.
Now I wish I had my own knowledge skills.
So in earlier description, you did say there was a matrix stat zone, I believe, on the 6th floor at some point. So they are at least 6 stories high. Are they much higher than that, or is that about
the central building is 8 stories tall, and the 3 outer buildings are 4 stories tall.
I can only assume they will have it on the center building.
Probably, but we need to find out more.
But Iron, do you remember that before I added the amnesia skill, that I had building layouts as a knowledge skill? I wish I had that now.
Yeah, I do remember you.
Yeah, I really wish I had it. Would be useful.
You should try rolling it now.
Well, if it's one of those skills you had before the amnesia,
I'm not allowed to choose my knowledge skills before the amnesia. When I took the amnesia. It was during character generation.
Yeah, it's just saying that that's one of the, like, in a previous moment of the character building
Yeah.
before she had a.
yeah, I got it. Okay.
Okay, so what are you guys after?
The room where they hide the stuff we want.
And
When
how
I-
will the train arrive? The next one.
Train?
The
The
food
food.
train.
Oh, this wasn't the truck.
It was a little train.
back
Doesn't
train
matter.
doesn't really matter which day of the week does it arrive?
It arrives on
And what day is today?
not a Tuesday.
It
Roll
should.
a d7, maybe?
Well,
I
in how many days
believe
will it
Today
arrive?
is Thursday.
Yeah, you already passed Tuesday.
How the fuck do you have an actual date for what day it is?
I noted it in the calendar. And we started at Tuesday this week, so it can't be Tuesday anymore.
That makes sense.
So what do you want to do? Just to wait for the train, then poison all the food?
No, that was just an idea to get in. We need more than just getting in. We also need
What
to get around the place. Otherwise, we get shot the moment we get out of the out of the food truck. Or
What
Let's
are the
poison all the food,
So,
then siege them.
Iron,
Yes.
can I just try to spoof having trying to figure out where it could be the location of the storage room with the information we have? Not actually having the skill, but just trying to do it without it.
What knowledge skills do you have?
I only have the small unit tactics right now.
Can
English.
security procedures help?
Security procedures would definitely help.
I have security procedures.
But if I don't have anything that you can give me, I was thinking about looking at the map and trying to figure out which of those places would be something I or Farron with this would try to locate if would place a room where one would store safe critical information.
Okay. From the information you have, you know that there is a warded area, which is also a dead zone in the central building.
is that the one on the 6th or in the basement?
It's the one in the basement.
Well, that's logical because server rooms are generally under.
Yeah, but
what kind of
technically it could be any of the 4 dead zones that Wayfarer found.
Well, it's warded.
It's
What
The
kind of
only that's
security
warded.
this
Well-
particular room have? Like, does it have a detachment specifically for it?
no, you can't see anything in the information you have which would indicate that there is additional security in that area.
I have an important question. Are we
Yeah.
waiting for the train? I mean,
Not necessarily.
We're
But
still
we need-
digesting the info you got us.
But we need to watch them for a little longer. Does any one of us have like these little drones to watch places?
Nope.
Should we try and get some?
Well, I mean, I could go hunting around for a while.
Yeah, but
that-
not for 24 hours a day for a couple of days.
So,
That
Aaron,
is
you
true.
said security procedures do apply.
Yes, security procedures. Whoever of you's got the most ranks can lead the test. The other one does a teamwork.
I have security procedures and specialization in matrix. Does the specialization apply?
No.
So, okay, I have 13 dice for anyone willing to inspire, help.
It's number of ranks. Number of ranks. How many ranks do you have in the skill?
3 ranks.
Okay, Farron, how many ranks do you have in small unit tactics?
And small unit tactics are 4.
Okay, so you're leading.
And I have small unit tactic 2. 3 ranks.
How many ranks? Okay, so Wayfarer, make your roll, and if you get 4 hits, Farron gets +4 to dice pool.
So I roll the security procedures.
Either, yeah, security procedures works better.
6 successes, but he can keep only 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There was I don't know what's, but For knowledge skills, if you put it academic, professional stuff, you get more dice out of it, right?
That just determines whether it's logic or intuition you use to roll with it.
Okay, because I can't choose it in Shama if I add a new knowledge skill after character generation, which is why I don't know if it's intuition or logic for me. Right now, it's using logic.
Small unit tactics is always intuition.
Okay, so I have more dice than Shama wants me to give.
Can
Shama is just
Venus
screwed up.
inspire?
Surely, yes.
Shama never screws up though.
I don't know if I can use leadership on knowledge skills.
No, it's not really. It's like yeah, you can do it. You can remember stuff that I don't know if you ever knew.
Yeah.
Close your eyes and remember back then when I have no idea because I don't know you.
Think about your happy place. I can only assume urban doesn't apply for specialization in this.
No.
For hits, but what's the limit for this? There is no limit for knowledge skills, right?
Mental
Yeah,
limit
there is.
usually.
Mental limit.
Mental limit. Let me just check if. Yeah, for hits.
Okay, cool.
With extra dice or without?
With.
Okay.
We're rolling the same amount of dice.
What was it you were trying to figure out?
Building
Where
layouts, which building is which, and where is stuff.
where's the location of the storage room? What the most plausible location of the storage room would be?
Okay, the most plausible location, the warded Faraday area under in the basement of the central building.
All right.
However, I mean, as far as you're concerned, the most reasonable place for it to be is that central building. It will have to be in one of those offline areas, Faraday cage, whatever. So, you're thinking that the warding kind of is a thing. That makes more sense. But 100% sure? No. Pretty sure? Yeah.
I mean, they apparently store something else in those other zones, so this might be for them a low priority file that's stored in one of the less secure things.
That's a fair point.
Yeah,
We
could be.
We kind of have to find out a little bit more about those various areas. They probably have like an inventory or something, at least on the main host, so people can check where the hell they have to go if they want to check out this actual file. That would make sense, right?
Where do you want me to go there again?
Maybe not right now, but eventually, yes.
That's the curse of being good at your job. People keep asking you to do it.
But before you go in again, we probably should figure out what we actually need before. Like this inventory is probably a good idea. That sounds like that's a thing, right? I mean, that's how I would do it.
Well, it depends how safe they want.
I'm actually going to
be.
like. Sorry, yeah, you go.
If they are looking for maximum safety, they'll keep an offline record of where the offline records are.
Maybe, but I'm actually going to download like a couple of knowledge softs about matrix security and these kinds of things, because I can actually do that. So I could actually have helped you with the knowledge skill. I totally forgot about that. But and see if that actually makes sense what I just said there. That an inventory of the stuff would make sense to be on the host, or if that's completely bullshit.
It wouldn't. You download the appropriate knowledge skill, and you know that yes, there is likely to be something which tells people what files are in the offline host, but where the host is, where exactly the file is within the host, no.
But I meant that they can look up. Hey, I want to check the files from 2070. Go into storage room 3 and check the manual there, or check the inventory there, or manifest, or whatever.
As far as you're aware, there's only one offline host.
So the other 3 areas could be something completely different.
Yeah, potentially.
We need to find out. I have no idea how. If we can perhaps. That's why I want to observe the place for a little while to see if some of those people actually leave, and if they leave, where they go, and maybe we can. Maybe I can get some of them to talk if they go to a club or a bar or something. If not, I don't know.
Is there any info about that on the manual?
What's in the manual about day offs and something like that?
It does state that you are allowed to leave the premises. However, it also says that not many people have cars.
Also,
Does it-
I meant before I forget, I would like to check the manual for creatures and any information on how to handle them or whatever.
There are no critters listed.
So if people are allowed to leave, we just need to find someone with the right sort of access. Most likely the people that have cars are not the low worker drones you see. They're probably the at least middle management sort of people. And if we can get one of them, I might get someone to talk. If necessary, we kidnap them, use the gamma scopoline once we have it. Should be ready by Saturday, I hope. And if we actually get enough information, I might actually be able to go back in as that person and have a closer look around. But that's risky. We should only do that shortly before we do the actual run, because I'm not sure I'm getting out that easy again.
What do security procedures tell about new employees?
Not applicable to this location.
So basically, no newcomers there at all.
New people will be existing employees, and their appropriate information will be sent to them before coming, and everything will be done, per normal. Brand new hires will not be will not be sent to this place. No one comes here for an interview or anything. And if they are a new transfer, that is handled by a different department offsite before they get here.
So he could actually spoof one of those transfer requests and get a couple of us in as new recruits.
If we get to the offsite, it is to
Maybe.
the department.
Maybe that is easier to access. I don't know. Do you actually need to be there, or can you just fake emails that arrive at this place and tell them, hey, you're getting a couple of new people transferred from, I don't know, the so-and-so research facility tomorrow. Treat them well, show them around.
Show them the server room.
Yeah, one of them could be a security decker, and he obviously needs to see the server room.
That could be an interesting way of doing this. Instead of spoofing somebody lowly, just spoofing our right to see the server.
We just walk in, and once you are in the server room, maybe you can slap your data tab on that thing. Even if you can't get in at that time, we at least know what we are dealing with, and or maybe by the time you are in there, we make because a distraction at another point. So security is busy while we take out the guy that's leading us around.
If we know that the site, the compound has been attacked before, right?
Yeah, but that was a while ago.
Yeah, but it was attacked before. Now I left a signature. If we can access the offsite compound, yes.
Wait, go back. You did what?
I slapped my signature all over the fancy host.
Why would you do that? You're supposed to be quiet and not do crap like that.
Cat face bumps.
Come on, that cat of all the people, you do that. Out of character, Banshee, the signature is just an image. How do we trace an image to the person?
Yeah,
it's not like I left the photo.
Yeah, you can't trace that, but the problem is once we access the secure host and you decide to leave a signature there, they know it was accessed, and we are not supposed to let anyone know that it was accessed, so please don't leave a signature there.
I don't know.
I don't know.
So yeah, back to the first thing. It has been attacked multiple times. If Venus can find the upper to middle manager and impersonate him, we can spoof emails that there will be new security specialists. For example, one is Astral Security, Cat, one is Matrix Security, me, one will probably be Physical Security, maybe Banshee, maybe Farron, and they will have to show us the inside of the compound.
That is a good idea, but maybe it would be easier to fake being somebody with actual security access to the server, because
well, if we send quote unquote send there to tighten their security.
Yeah, what I mean is this server holds some. We don't know how sensitive the information is in there, but there is a decent chance that there are even more sensitive things in that compound. So, faking our access into the server might be easier than faking our access into the whole compound. And also, if we fake the access into the whole compound, we're gonna have to stick around, and that gives them more chances to discover the rules. If we somehow manage to, send them a message that there is somebody from HQ coming that needs to check some things in there, we can walk in. You and like Wayfarer and Venus, maybe like Venus maybe the big boss, and Wayfarer their Matrix. Yeah, well, their Matrix expert and
Exactly, he would be the Matrix expert.
secretary, and the rest of us or some of us might be just extra security for the big boss.
Maybe
And
maybe
whoever doesn't go
we
in, it's just backup in case we need to get
that
out
might
loud.
actually be a good idea. Like we fake some high not necessarily high executive, but medium executive. That would be me in this case. Is coming to put some files in the secure storage. These files are so sensitive they can't be transported via the matrix, and that's why we have to bring them personally into that room and insert them. Obviously, we have to fake that paper trail so the security lets us through. And if once we are in the room, a Wayfarer can just plug in because that's what he has to do to deliver the files. But instead of delivering them, he's copying something.
Delivering the files might have the side effect of them asking us just to hand the files and they dealing with the rest of it.
That's why
Can we see the protocol for this kind of stuff in the manual? Like, do they have a protocol? What kind of identifications they have to ask for and whatnot?
No, there is no protocol for that listed.
That is good, right? When there is no protocol, they listen to the highest person in hierarchy.
Maybe it's stored in a different place, because there has to be some sort of protocol how to get data in or out of that secure vault. Let's call it that for now. There has to be some sort of protocol, but this security procedure here seems to be mostly dealing with the actual physical security. So maybe there is a different protocol for how to access these places, or this vault, this secret host. There has to be some sort of something.
There has to be a dirty little secret in that compound.
The Tops Company Inc. has sole ownership of the names, logo, artwork, marks, photographs, sounds, audio, video, and or any other proprietary material used in connection with the game Shadowrun. The Tops Company Inc. has granted permission to Manor and Steel to use such names, logos, artwork, marks, and or proprietary information for promotional and informational purposes on its website, and does not endorse and is not affiliated with Manor and Steel in any official capacity whatsoever. The artwork used in Manor and Steel was produced by Valgrind. The theme tune for Manor and Steel was created by Chris Glidden. Manor and Steel is created under a Creative Commons 4.0 attribution license. If you use any part of the show, please give us credit.